Hello, everyone. How's it going? Everyone, anyone? Let me see about grabbing this link, sending it out to a person or two. I know it's sending it out to Shadowhawk. He's been a busy little beaver. Following Frog G campaign that launched today, 17th. Today's a big day. Send out a few links that I haven't sent out before. I got a little bit of rest. A little bit. So I guess we'll start with that and, go from there. I was having a dream that I was talking to Cesar Romero and trying to get him on the show. A little bit late on that one. Such a joker, that one. Shadowhawk says, "Hell all, taking the afternoon off to spend with my kids. Have a great show, Rex. Left high and dry." Got it. No. Yeah, his daughter had 12th big 12-year-old birthday yesterday. An adult can watch PG movies now. And Margot says, "Hey, Rex, hope you have a great show. I'm so tired tonight, but I'm listening." Well, at least there's that. Thank you for saying hi. Please hit the like button. Ahoy, ninjas. Hey, Jack, good to see you in here. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. And like Shadowhawk said, you take the afternoon off and spend with the kids, barbecue or whatever you have planned, or like Margot, go to bed and just kind of listen to my melodious voice, lull her to sleep. Sorry, I don't have the Scottish accent to go with it. It might be more soothing and not grating on the earbuds, if you know what I mean. But I had a night like the night before, just kind of uneventful, just kind of rounding up my work week. Thank God that the weekend's here. It's finally here. And so is Frog G. So go back that today. Horror Mike, here's the link. I'm just going to put it in the chat for you. Why don't you come in here and co-host with me today, if you have time? He says, "Howdy, Devil Flyer, Momentum, Shadowhawk Talks, Margot, and Jack Stafford." Absolutely. Having a great day myself. Came up with some story elements. Cesar Romero was not one of them. But hey, if you could score back in the day, Cesar Romero coming on your show, that would have been a great thing. Played the Joker in the 1966 Batman. Played the Joker probably in all 3 seasons and the movie. I think he was in the movie, right? It was the Joker, the Penguin, Riddler, and Catwoman in the movie. Uh-oh. Yeah, mute that YouTube. Oh, yeah, White Castle.
A little White Castle coffee here.
Yeah. Why don't you say hi to everybody? We'll be right back.
White Castle coffee here.
Yeah, while you mute that on YouTube.
Yes, indeed.
So don't have
I
that.
have. I don't know why, White Castle made coffee cups because, well, they're certainly not famous for their coffee.
Right.
Kind of a strange thing.
Now, I don't know if you can see it. There's a. Where are we looking?
Oh, that's good.
There's a Batmobile there. And then here's my Waffle House mug.
Waffle House.
Yeah.
For the
On the
win.
back. Yeah.
I
Let's
love
see.
Waffle House,
I'm
man.
trying to see that. That's okay. I'm looking on the wrong tier. Right there's the Waffle Hut. Right at the tip of my finger.
Yep. I
Yeah.
see it.
And then
It's
here,
that
and then,
unmistakable yellow logo.
and there's the Batmobile, the
Yep.
classic 1966 Batmobile. That's a vinyl bank.
Oh,
So it's
nice.
pretty cool. Yeah.
That is nice.
So thanks for coming in. You got another groove going on there. You're keeping that very nicely trimmed and
Well, yeah.
shaved.
I
Yeah.
got the old electric shaver,
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you moisturize
I
like
do.
afterwards?
No,
You don't.
no, I just shave it.
Okay.
I mean, I would be more concerned with that if I actually, did it with a razor.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Most people do it with a razor.
they do because they go totally bald. As you can see, there's still some left. You see that?
Oh
There's still
yeah.
a little bit left
Yeah.
because that's how close it gets. It does
That was
not
my
go.
grandpa's my pawpaw, as I used to call him. Called him
Yeah.
pawpaw. I don't know why, but called him pawpaw. White Castle sucks, Anth says. They're called sliders for a reason.
There's always,
White
there's always
Castle,
one in the
Crystal
crowd.
Burgers, times infinity. Yeah.
I would agree with
A-
that, Jack. Absolutely.
Amateur Anth, no, it's ambrosia for the gods. Used to be open 24 hours after the clubs. Need it,
Yeah,
want it. Yeah.
absolutely.
It's
And if White Castle sucked that bad, they wouldn't have made a movie about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there was a guy I know on the American Pickers that they visited, and he built a whole town. But in his front yard, he had a White Castle that he had transported and put there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now
But
that is
he had a whole general store. It was all decked out. I see a lot of Americans have done that. A few that the Pickers came back, and yeah, it's if you've not seen Pickers on some of the earlier seasons,
yeah,
their first. You might have saw the episode where their first celebrity house that they actually found stuff for, and this thing's awful. I mean, the
so
camera.
so they literally built
Hey, Apex.
a White
Hey,
Castle,
Captain. Yeah,
is
they
what you're saying.
literally transported a White Castle and put it in their front yard. Yep.
God, that is kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, they had a whole town besides that. Uh,
Yeah,
and it was stocked, with old products like old oil cans, old maybe even breakfast cereal. I don't know. You'd have
yeah,
to keep the mice out of that stuff. But
yeah.
yeah,
Now what?
they had it set up with the old teal, the real
Yeah,
ornate like gold teal. I
yeah,
mean, when cash deals were really something to look at.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there
And
was a
William Shatner was the first celebrity that they ever did their house from.
yeah.
Kind of find some things, specific things, because he had just bought a house in Kentucky, and
Apex. Oh, there's
he wanted
Apex.
to,
Hey, Apex.
yeah, yeah. You say hi to the chat. Let me go get my coffee. I'll be back in 1 second.
Okay.
Well, okay, maybe two.
Let's see what we got here. Captain Finity, hello. Apex, hello. Good God, man. Here, let's take a look. Oh, God. The horror. Yes, we do have now here in the South, Jack. We have Crystal. We don't have um, White Castle, unfortunately. It's. I think it starts around Tennessee and it goes north. Uh, but for us in the deep South, it's Crystal, and that's with a K to add more insult to injury. But they're all right. I mean, I've gone to them. I'll probably go to them, again. but they're not that great, you know.
Did I
Hey,
miss
yeah,
something?
Apex is having a show tonight. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
he
you
is.
got the late show, which is 1 a.m. my time, Eastern time. With Vic, and
Okay,
I'm going to
so
be talking about Beowulf.
I thought he canceled, but yeah, Vic probably said, "Hey, why don't we do that?" So yeah, uh, great. I'll be there. Yeah, I tried Crystal Burger when I drove across the South. It was okay. Yeah, gray
Yeah,
meat,
yeah, that's
gray
pretty
meat.
much
Yeah,
it. They're
I
okay.
I have no problem with that. I have no problem with White Castle. You know, of course they
White
kind of
Castle is just a bit. It's a notch better.
yeah.
It's than Crystal. That's all there is to it. It's
Have you
just like
tried
a
the
level
frozen?
better.
Have you tried the frozen and
Yes,
bringing them?
I have,
Uh huh.
Rex. I've had the frozen White Castle,
Hmm.
and believe it or not, they actually are really good.
Yeah.
You
I have
know?
no problem with them. You know, that to
Yeah.
me is I love the little diced onions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Whether it's
Oh,
cheese or hey hen, hey Carrie. Uh
hey.
I sent the link to you, Rex. Thank you for that Apex. Hey Courtney. Wow, man. Look at all these women coming in.
Yeah. Invasion of the
Woo.
girls.
Yeah.
Hey, check
Now
it out.
that's ambrosia for you.
Yes. Now
Yeah.
check out my shirt, Rex.
White
Check it out.
Castles are the crystals company. Same. Yeah, I knew that.
Can anybody tell me what character this is?
Ooh.
Yes, it glows in the dark, by the way.
Oh, it does.
Oh yeah.
That looks like a pre-code character. What do you think?
Well, you're getting close. You're real close.
Yeah.
You're real close,
The
but it's not
ghoul.
it
I'm
wasn't
gonna
in a
say the
comic book.
ghoul. My guess is the ghoul.
I'll give you
What's
a hint.
okay?
It's it's a little after pre-code and it was in a magazine.
Oh,
A
creepy,
famous magazine, if
creepy
you will.
magazine.
Ah, now you're on it. Now you're on it. Yeah, it's the Shock Monster.
Shock
I think-
monster.
Yeah,
Okay, I never knew his name. I never knew his name. Yeah.
yeah, it's iconic monster that showed up in Famous Monsters and Creepy and Eerie and all that stuff. And they sell shirts. They also sell masks. You can
Oh,
get a
oh, mask. Oh,
Monster
that's
mask,
cool.
which is pretty cool. You know?
You said they like your goon mask. They don't tend to disintegrate. I know I had a Dracula, vampire mask, and
Yeah.
it had the synthetic hair. I actually won a contest, that year as a kid. As an older kid,
Yeah.
uh, borrowed the cape, which was nicely done from my friend's
Oh,
um,
nice.
mother. Had the red lining inside and black on the outside, and nobody knew who I was because I was wearing a mask. I took my mask off and they still didn't know who I was. Anyway, Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Remember that?
Oh yeah, Mutual of Omaha's.
Yeah, Marlon Perkins,
They always showed you why you needed insurance.
Jim
Because
Fowler, yeah, NBC on
oh
Sunday.
yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
yes, Courtney,
Well,
I
Jim, it
believe
looks
they
like
do
you've
have
got the
insurance.
python where you want him.
Yeah, yeah,
Always
right. So
look
who would
out, Jim. I feel sorry for you. But it's a 50-50 thing. We won't air it if he actually gets your foot.
right? Exactly. That's Marlon Perkins. He's like,
Yeah.
and that's another reason why you need Mutual of Omaha's insurance
Well, yeah, I
or
never
Jim.
made the danger insurance connection, but that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes, Jim just
Yeah.
got his leg bit off by an alligator,
Well,
and
see
that's
ya,
why
Anth.
you need Mutual of Omaha's insurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Definitely.
always got Jim. He was trying. You could just tell that Marlon was trying to get Jim into a really dangerous situation where something would happen, and
Yeah.
then he'd be like, "Yeah, don't worry, folks. He's covered by Mutual of Omaha."
Now, what state are you in, Mike? I'm not sure.
The state of disarray, Rex.
Okay. All right. I can believe that. because,
No, remember Florida. I'm in
oh,
Florida.
Florida. That's right. That's right. I knew
I'm in
that.
the land of the free down here.
Land of the free, absolutely.
Yeah,
Which a lot of people, my chat says, oh, that's a myth, but or liberty too, but
it's land of the free
true
and
liberty. I guess
home of
it's
the nuts.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I
Hen
want
says, I
to say.
used to make all my kids costume. Now my youngest makes costume for himself. Cool. You must have taught him well. Rex, I'm not leaving.
Oh,
I'm just listening. Okay. So he's working, but he's listening. Like
yeah,
Margot's listening while dozing off to sleep. Apex comments, I did. Can't believe the other restaurants let her do that. That it was wild. Okay. Florida. Yeah.
yes. And to answer Courtney's question, yes, I believe they still have the chiller convention up in the Northeast. That was for decades that convention happened. Let me just check it.
And who would show up to that?
Well, it was horror oriented. I went one time. I went to one of the conventions, and well, I'd already met him before, but I talked to Tom Savini. He was a guest, and also, the guy, Chili Billy Cardell. Does that ring a bell?
No, but it sounds delicious.
He was a horror host.
Oh, chili. I could go for some chili.
Chili Billy Cardell. He was there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's one of those Northeast deals.
Courtney's going to be listening too, watching on TV just now in the chat. Oh, do you have yours hooked up to the TV, like big widescreen TV? That's cool. Makes my nose even look bigger.
Oh my God. Yeah. It must be like a horrendous monster.
I didn't hear Mike's response about Chiller, though. I thought to go to Chiller when I was in my
Oh yeah.
late teens.
October
Yeah.
in New Jersey. It's they call it Chiller Theater now.
Oh, thank you,
And
Han. Yeah.
it's at the end of October in New Jersey.
Secrets
So
to
there you go.
Kmart subs is wrapping in cling wrap, chill, and let the mustard and. But I mean, Kmart, surely not the. That looks cool. Wait a minute, the chat is jumping
Yeah,
today a
you're
little bit. I'm
well. If you're in
grateful for
if you're in Philadelphia, Courtney, you're right next door. You know.
Philadelphia freedom.
Yeah,
We throw the election.
I'd probably go to that convention if I lived in Philadelphia.
Chili, then let the mustard and other flavors mingle. Distinctive taste. Couldn't believe the many pages dedicated to them. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just got the rest of the series, Rex.
What's that? Which series?
Oh, well, one of my favorites.
I subscribed to a new channel today. In fact, it's probably still running.
What's
Wrath of
that?
the Spectre.
Yeah, Rap.
Well, it was let's see. Oh wow, they're rerunning the episode that I watched with Martin Landau. The Outer Limits full episodes,
What
live
channel is
stream,
this?
a TV rerun club by MGM.
Oh yeah, TV Rerun Club. Yes,
Yeah, I
indeed.
hadn't subscribed to them, and I noticed that they were showing Outer Limits today,
Yes.
and I watched an episode with Martin Landau. They're rerunning it. I do have all the Outer Limits on disc. I have
Oh yeah.
all the Night Gallery on disc. I have all the Twilight Zone on disc.
Nice. Nice.
Good classic stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're
Kmart used to
great.
have a deli. Oh, okay. Their subs are legendary now. Those things from when you've a weave little Jack, you crave them as a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
Jack, right?
Kmart. Remember,
Now,
guys?
Jack, did you get the Big
Hold on.
John beans? I don't know why Jack, but Big John, it was 2 cans, a little can of sauce you'd mix in with the pork and beans, basically. Man, I used to like to do that. Even when I, lived on my own, they don't have that anymore. Oh, I subbed to that Outer Limits style channel. Yeah, I did too. I could put the link if anybody wants to. It sounds like Horror Mike was already subscribed to it. So I'll just drop it in the chat for anybody that wants to check it out. They're showing Outer Limits today. It looks like they've got other classic thing. Big John Beans, don't know that one. Sounds good though. Now, Jack, are you in Australia? Where are you at? I'm unfamiliar where you're at. Are you in the United States? Because it was a United States things, but it was a giant can, and it had like a zip tie or
Ah,
something. Had a sticky adhesive
ah,
thing. Yeah. Now, what was his name again?
Shock Monster.
Shock Monster. Okay.
Yeah. Now you guys. Now Jack brought up Kmart. Kmart
Yeah.
used to be the hottest thing. Of course, they back in the day. Kmart was it.
Well,
As
now
you guys
you're talking
recall.
the Kmart that was a retail store like Walmart.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Back.
went bankrupt. They went out, but under Obama, he bailed them out. They were having difficulty then. They
There
just
are
couldn't
there are
pay.
still Kmart's today.
Are there really?
Yes,
Okay.
there are.
Well, I where I go spray at night, most of the time, they still have a Sears, and right next to it, and it's small Sears. Which
Yeah.
what really hurt them is when they lost the Craftsman exclusive
Exactly.
contract.
Yes, they did.
And then Radio Shack right next to it. I couldn't believe both of those are still open,
Yeah.
scattered.
Now, you guys may recall. Jack may recall this too. But back in the day, when Kmart was thriving, you
Hmm.
could go in and get two things, and I used to always go there because, of course, when I was a teenager, I was making Super 8 films, but you could
Hmm.
also buy them. Now, this is a Super 8 film.
Wow. First spaceship on Venus.
Yep, Super 8, as you can see on the package.
Yeah, yeah,
One of
yeah.
those little.
What year did that come out, brother?
Oh, this was all in the 60s and 70s
Oh,
and
okay.
and 80s.
I
They
probably have that one, but it's probably on a compilation disc collection.
they
I
were
don't
still
remember that particularly.
manufacturing these things through the 80s.
Now, the first
Star Wars.
convention I went, the Chicago Comic Con in 1985, this guy got out of line and went into the dealer room while people were getting tickets, and it weren't really open. But he scored a deal. He came back and talked to his friend. He got Super 8 reel of Submariner the cartoon from 1966.
Nice.
Yeah,
You don't see that, man.
yeah.
That
He
is
was
a
smart to
rare.
go in there early, and a dealer was willing to sell him something.
Check this out. Here we go. Night of the
I
Blood
don't
Beast.
remember. Oh, now Blood Beast. I remember that. Yeah, Night of the Blood Beast. Yeah,
Yeah,
was that a Corbin movie?
that is so great. No, it wasn't Corman, but it
Okay,
was it was
Corman. Yeah,
totally in that realm, though. I
yeah,
mean, it was,
right. Yeah,
and
maybe
so
a
this one,
little Edgar Allan Poe inspired.
no, it was just
No,
that
not at
it
all.
was a monster like roaming around killing people. That type of B movie.
Yeah. Now for kids, they did have a Super 8 projector that you could watch a little Super 8 films on. Correct?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You could, I mean, I still have mine. I've got a Super 8 projector. Now
Hey.
this isn't from back in the day, but I bought it like I don't know, like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I bought another projector for these films. But check this out. Now this is kind of a rare one, Rex. The Incredible Melting Man
Oh yeah.
on
Yeah.
Super 8.
I need to watch that
If
again.
you can believe that.
You know, VHSs deteriorate after a while. Film does. That's deteriorating over time. I mean, you keep it pretty well. But then the film gets brittle
Yeah,
after a while for sure and can break. But yeah, I mean,
sure.
as a collectible, wonderful. And I've went and bought. I don't know if I told you this, but I have over 200 episodes of Dark Shadows.
Right.
The guy must have been in a club. Can you imagine the money he spent?
Oh
Uh,
man.
on
On VHS. You're
probably
talking
every month.
VHS,
They're
right?
all numbered from number 1 to 200. Then there's the 80s series with Ben Cross and Gene Simmons that I totally forgot about. That was only on TV for a short time. I don't think he made a very good Dracula, Ben Cross, or not Dracula, but Barnabas Collins.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. It's his look. It's kind of like
sure.
Timothy Dalton now may make some people mad, but Timothy Dalton is James Bond. Okay. Flash. He
Oh
was in
yeah.
there.
Here we go. Here's Equinox or
Oh, Equinox, yeah. A lot of
Yeah,
people don't know about that film, but it's definitely, and you say there's two versions of that film out there.
there are two versions, and as a
Okay.
matter of fact, yeah, the interesting thing about that is that there are two versions,
Hmm.
and there's a Criterion.
That's cool, Jack. That is cool. Jack says someone had a 15 minutes of Star Wars on Super 8. That's
Yeah,
pretty
I got
cool.
it.
Yeah.
I got that short. Here is the Criterion Equinox or Equinox, whatever you want to call
Yeah. Uh-huh.
it. And this has got both. So you have Equinox, and then you
Okay.
have Equinox Journey into the Supernatural. Okay, and so the first film was, I believe, 1968. Then Jack Harris uh, basically said, "Look, we'll get it theatrical release, but we got to add more stuff to it to bring it up to it was 82 minutes, when it was released theatrically."
Yeah.
So he spent another 100 grand. The film, they shot the film on a wind up Bolex
See you, hand.
16 millimeter
Hey,
camera.
pal rider.
You know,
Um, Now who came out with that version that has both versions?
yeah, I keep wanting to say it was Jack Harris. Maybe it was Jack Hill. Jack Harris, right? Harris took over. He was like, he saw the film, the
Uh-huh.
original film, and he was like, wow, this thing has got potential. So
With a
then
little
he,
polish. Yeah.
right. So they added about 100 grand to it. They
Hmm.
filmed some additional scenes,
Yeah.
and then you had Equinox. So that was the theatrical release, which I believe was largely drive-in, but still the original film that they made in 1968 on 16 millimeter Bolex cost, the budget was
Well,
$6,000.
since we're talking old school, my friend over in Tennessee, he gets these Viewmaster reels, and those and kind of buys and resells and stuff. Or if he
Yeah,
finds them in like I know I look for some in Target, and old Viewmaster reels are worth some money. Yeah, that's a scene from Equinox. Show that
from
again.
Equinox, where the creature is chasing the guy in the
Yeah,
desert,
yeah. Now, by
and they
the
were doing.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
glad that you like this obscure. I mean, if you're a true fan of the genre, but I'm glad that you know about like Texas Trio Comics and other, Bud Plant
oh yeah,
I love that. I mean, because so few people you can discuss that stuff with and know what you're talking about. But
right.
obviously, you're entrenched. You're like a suppository. You're in there deep, and well, okay, clip that. It must be the haircut, but you're in deep. You're a diehard collector, and you know what's really out there. That's pretty cool.
Right. Well,
Um,
check it out. The incredible thing about Equinox that hardly anybody knows. This film was made by Dennis Murin. Okay, 6 years later, he would do he was the special effects artist, the
yeah, I know.
primary artist for Star Wars. He was the
Yeah,
Star Wars guy. He
yeah,
made this is his first movie right here.
yeah. If you like Star Wars, you should watch certain episodes, certain
Ah,
series of Doctor Who, because there's so
Dave
many
Allen.
actors that were in Doctor Who stories over the years, sometimes multiple
Yes,
times.
yes.
Uh, one of the Darth Vader's admirals was in there multiple times. He's well-known British actor. Um, and Lobot, the guy that played Lobot in the second movie, the bald guy that kind of looks
Yeah,
like Horror Mike, that had the funky, you know, implants, and
yeah.
he was in the Mutants, in Doctor Who. That was Doctor Who #4, Tom Baker. That's going to be a real. But when I think of Tom Baker, I also think of him playing the evil wizard in Seventh Voyage of Sinbad or whatever. It was one of the Sinbad movies.
Sure.
Yeah, way
Yeah.
before he did, before he really got a regular acting job with Doctor Who.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, what is your feeling about typecasting? Because George Reeves said he was typecast. And of course, I showed a clip the other day of him at the beginning of one of the most revered movies of all time, Gone with the Wind.
Okay. Who
And
was typecast?
George Reeves from
Oh,
Superman,
George Reeves, right?
on 50s and
Well,
60s TV.
did you see that movie Hollywoodland
Adam
about
West
George
too.
Reeves
Adam West too. I did. That was with Ben Affleck, wasn't it?
playing George Reeves? Yeah.
Right.
Great
And at
movie.
one time, the kid comes up with a live gun, and he has to talk
Yes.
him down because he's going to
Yeah.
shoot Superman. He's going, "We don't want it to ricochet and kill these other kids or hurt
Yeah.
anybody, do we? Just give me the gun."
Yeah. That whole thing was kind of tragic.
Yeah.
The thing.
Well, I
But
mean, it's
to
almost
answer
you
Apex
want
had a question.
tragic. You want tragic.
Yeah.
Listen to the lives, and I think on the VHS tape I don't know if I have that on disc yet, but uh, about the Little Rascals, or our gang as they were called before Little Rascals. It covers 120 of the the ones that were more well known, and and every one of them, it's like, oh yeah, I know that kid, I know that kid. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There were not any obscure ones, and they could have went on and on and on because there was a lot of kids that did Little Rascals,
Oh
and
God, yeah. Throughout
and
the years, yes.
yeah. Now Shirley Temple didn't get to, they said they rejected her. Hal Roach rejected her, but now her mother, who was kind of her manager helping her along, said no, that didn't happen. But I think it probably did, and they just didn't
It
want it
may
to.
have.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
and there were spin-offs from the Little Rascals. A lot of
Oh,
people don't
sure.
know that. Billy Barty was in one of those spin-offs. The
Yeah,
little
that is
actor.
weird. Oh yeah, Billy Barty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A great actor.
Yeah.
Uh used his height to a great advantage. There's another guy out there. There's a great YouTube uh, documentary on his life. I'd never really heard of him, but I'd seen him in Bonanza. He started out in Bonanza. He was an Italian actor. He was a small guy who was like 3'4", and he played an Ewok. He played in Star Wars. He was in the original Star Trek. Um, in the cage, the pilot. He played
Okay.
one of
Who
the
are you
aliens.
talking about?
Huh?
Billy
I
Barty.
I don't know, not Billy Barty, but
Oh.
it was an Italian actor that had um that was only like 3'8", I think, very small, and he played an Ewok. He was the body double. He was the double for Boxy, the kid on Battlestar Galactica, and
Oh
he was
God.
in the Cage pilot and a lot of other things. He and the actor that played Chewbacca would go to these conventions. He'd be so small and he'd be so tall, you
Of
know.
course. Of course.
So it was kind of like Mutt and Jeff,
Yeah.
But and I never heard of him, but he made a whole career, and was. I mean,
Oh.
how many actors do you know that played in the original Star Trek plus Battlestar Galactica, the late '70s, early '80s, and Star Wars? I mean,
Yeah.
and plus other stuff. He might have been on the Munsters. Uh, I don't know, but he was definitely played a leprechaun, one of the leprechauns on Bonanza when Haas finds these leprechauns. That was kind of a
I got
weird episode, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to address one question that Apex Comics had
Okay,
regarding Equinox.
yeah,
Yes, there were a few people that were involved with Equinox that were also involved with Laser Blast. Mainly Dave Allen. the animator, stop motion animator, and I think Rex. I mean, Dave Allen. He did a ton of animation. Of course, he did that great old Volkswagen commercial with King Kong. There's a great stop motion animation commercial.
Yeah.
But Dave Allen was involved with both of those films. Oh yeah, check Jack Stafford. You absolutely should watch Equinox. It is on YouTube. Okay,
Oh, okay.
you
I'll
can
have to
watch
look.
the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I'll definitely
fantastic.
check that out. YouTube's convenient. I'll make
Yeah, as a matter
myself
of
a
fact,
note here.
Equinox is such a big thing.
I think maybe that's where I discovered it was YouTube months ago,
Yeah, now Tim Paxton puts out this
maybe a
magazine
year ago.
called Monster. Have you seen this, Rex?
Oh yeah, you showed it to me the other
Yeah,
day, and you have an
yeah,
article in that,
yes, and
and
so does Stephen Bissett, Steve Swamp Thing Bissett.
oh yeah,
He used to write for this at the same time that I was writing articles for it.
uh-huh. Now
And
his
so,
anchor on Swamp Thing, John Total Toten, whatever his name was, in the Swamp Thing of the '80s when Alan Moore was writing it,
yeah,
the guy inking Steven's work on Swamp
right.
Thing. I have an early 1979 drawing by him, and he started in '79, really, right at the beginning of it's kind of on typing paper. I don't know, but it's this giant. You have like three divers, kind of like Buck Rogers or something. They have like ray guns, and this giant tadpole is swimming up to them like going to swallow them. That's cool stuff. Yeah, the
He's
transformation.
transforming into the demon monster
No
that flies
spoilers,
off.
guys. Close your eyes. Yeah,
Well, you look. It's just yeah, Jack. I tell you, you gotta check this film out. The effects are great, and
yeah.
the one thing about it is that Fritz Leiber was in this film, and Fritz Leiber was a great science fiction writer, and he plays the professor, Professor Waterman.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He was in a few of those movies.
Yeah, he
Jack
was.
says you sold me when you said it had peeps from Star Wars involved.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is the first stuff that Dennis Muren, Dave Allen. There are a few other people that are involved in it that went on to work in special effects industry. Uh, but yeah, it is great, man.
If
It
he
is.
says Telly, you must be over in the UK. I don't know. I guess you could be in Australia. Jack, are you in Australia, or have you already told me? And Captain, he stormed off saying, "Oh, he doesn't check his chat. Hey, when the chat's jumping and you have to do a show, you can't catch everything, but I do try." Captain,
Dennis Muren, Dave Allen. Those are
Captain's
the
got a
guys.
different view in life. He's from New Zealand, so I haven't totally figured him out yet. But yeah, Outer Limits. That was I haven't watched that in a while. Been meaning to pull out my disc and watch it because I wasn't as familiar with that. Remember maybe those episodes that I did see, and I might not have seen those when I was a kid. But if I was a kid, I might have been too young to really remember the Outer Limits. But now Twilight Zone, I definitely remember that,
Yeah.
and some of the stuff and. But now Outer Limits, I don't know. Was that airing a little bit earlier than Twilight Zone or about the same time? Do you
Oh
know?
God, I have no idea.
You don't know?
I
Yeah.
caught them all in reruns. So like in the '70s, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
when I started watching them, it was they had already been canceled. So it was
I wish they would go back to practical effects like in Star Wars, a lot of those creators, they came out of the commercial, you know,
yes,
out of commercials doing effects for commercials and things and a lot of them didn't have any experience on like a big budget movie or whatever the budget was, and they were using model kits and practical things and piecing it all together and filming it. And I wish they would go back to that because there is Yeah, of course, stop motion is great. The claymation's great if you can do it right.
Yeah,
Uh, you
that
know.
I still think that you recall that film. I believe it's early '90s. It's called Dragon Slayer.
Hmm.
This is a Disney film, one of the best films they ever
Oh,
produced.
I remember Dragon Slayer. They
Right.
even had a comic.
Yes.
Marvel did a comic adaptation of it.
Correct. Yeah, and the
Yeah,
dragon was stop motion animation, and it
yeah,
was Phil Tippett. And what he did is he created a type of animation that worked in conjunction with a computer.
yeah.
So all of the motions would be fluid and perfect. And
What
so that
movie? What early '80s? But when did that come out? When did
I was
Dragons?
no
'82.
Dragon Slayer was like here, let me take a look.
Okay, I can't remember.
I
It
thought
might
it
have
was
been a little later,
92.
huh?
I thought it was 92, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, really? That late?
Well, you may be right.
Yeah,
Oh no, it's 1981. You're right.
'81. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
1981, and so
Eric knew. Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, Eric.
the effects in Dragon Slayer, that dragon is the best dragon that has ever been put on the screen. Absolutely, bar none. There is nothing that comes close to it.
Well, that's kind of surprising. Apex says Twilight Zone was CBS, Outer Limits
Yeah,
was ABC. Really?
Eric,
I would have thought
Eric
that
Boy.
reversed, really, because I was a big ABC guy, watching. And we're
Yeah,
talking, I don't know, Mike. People say, "Oh, Rex, you're blowing smoke up my." Look, I wouldn't remember the '60s at all. I was three and a half, four
yeah.
in November of '69.
I think what
I
we got
mean,
is
I was born in late '65, but I remember the '60s. '60s TV was my experience. When you're a young kid, that's about all you do. Now, occasionally I would go out and go in the local area with my father, running his route. Every day was different because he delivered tires to different places. And we only had three channels: ABC, CBS, and NBC. But we also had PBS, public television. And
yeah,
then 13 after a certain hour would go to Memphis programming and, have like the horror show, like you're talking about, Svanguli or whatever his name was. Yes, I remember the moon landing. I told that story yesterday or day before yesterday. Did I tell you that story, Mike?
the moon
About
landing.
the moon landing?
I
Watching
don't
the
know.
moon landing? Neil
Oh,
Armstrong
oh,
land on.
oh,
Did
I
I?
got. Yeah, I probably. I
Did
think
you?
I
Did I tell
remember
you
that.
that story?
I don't know. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
here it is in a nutshell. I'm a young kid, right? I'm 3.5 years old. I mean, playing, running around the house, hyperactive, and my mother's ironing in front of this little black and white rabbit ear TV that we had, right? Um, and she said, be quiet. I'm trying to watch TV. And I said, well, oh, what are you watching? And she says, I'm watching men land on the moon or walk on the moon, she said.
Yeah,
And so I stopped and watched it with her and was fascinated about, the space race and everything from that point on. Um, and I remember when the Apollo disaster happened, my dad would come home from work late in the afternoon, and while we ate dinner, I couldn't wait to tell him the day by day play of what they had said on ABC because I watched it on ABC. Um, the accounts because
yeah,
we were talking about this. I was talking with Glenn Fleming the other day a lot about the space program.
right. I
And
just wanted to. Yeah.
okay, I'll bring that up in just a second.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Cool.
uh, that was really reality TV at its finest because you didn't know if they were going to make it back to Earth alive or not. Plus,
That's true.
they had difficulties along the way. They had to
Sure.
patchwork their air purification system, or they would die carbon monoxide poisoning. some duct tape and some other stuff, and they made a thing that worked. Along the way, there was problems. You know, they had to conserve energy and heat, and down on NASA, they were crunching the numbers, going, "Oh my God, how are we going to get these guys back?" You know,
Yeah.
it
Well, yeah, Rex, my dad worked for NASA. He was an electrical engineer during that time,
oh
during the moon
wow,
missions,
yeah,
and for the Saturn V. He
uh-huh.
also then years later, of course, with the space shuttles. I still somewhere I have a piece of the space shuttle mirror he got me
Oh,
from the original from the Columbia, I believe it
not
was.
one of those missing tiles.
It is.
Oh,
Oh God, they had. He was like there were so many tiles on the ground. It was hilarious.
yeah.
I mean,
I
basically,
mean,
he was
after it
like,
blew up? Are you talking after it
no,
blew
no,
up?
no, no. This was the
Okay.
inaugural, the
That'd be a
first.
little morbid, but you
Yeah,
are horror Mike, by the way. You know, I'll have you know my brother died in that explosion. How
uh,
dare you? How
yeah.
dare you? How dare you?
No, it was from the original. Okay, so here we go with. I just want to show you guys the best dragon ever made. Here, here we go. What the
And
hell? Oh, now it's gonna screw me again.
it's going to buffer.
It's screw. Nah, yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
screw me again, Rex.
Well, I know I
Damn
feel
it.
that way. I feel thoroughly reamed.
Ugh,
Anyway,
I cannot believe that. I just put it into the private chat.
oh,
In any
okay.
case,
And
if
see if I can
anybody's
bring it up.
interested,
You like that private chat, don't you?
it's one of the great Dragon Slayer sequences.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just
you
had to get past the ads.
yeah.
Wow, there's a couple ads back to back.
But you got to go into it. Nah, shit. Oh
I'll
well.
get it. I'll get it pulled up.
Yeah, it's kind of it's about 2 minutes in when you start when the dragon comes in.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I
But
mean, there's that
this was Phil Tippett in his Go
there's that
Motion.
tension buildup, right?
Right, exactly, where he's going in
Yeah.
the cave. He's in the cave and he's walking around,
Yeah.
you know.
All right. Let me key up the audio and we'll get it going.
I don't know why my
Well, don't worry about it. We're good. Nothing like the sound of a cave, is there? Dripping and
oh
echoes.
yeah.
I, I imagine you've been in some caves in your day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Spelunking. Spelunking.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I've not done that, but I have taken some tours. We have some Carlsbad caves, and
Oh
you know,
yeah, the Carlsbad. I've never been in the
one of
Carlsbad
the
cave.
caves I went into had a drop off, and it was like they called it like Hell's Pit or something. Like they didn't
Nice,
know how deep it was. You know, they could never find the bottom of it. That's a deep pit.
nice. Now,
Now that's some methane. I guess the dragon had farting underwater.
apparently Spartan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
flatulation.
for the chat, this is a
Now,
great
is this?
scene
Yeah, I can't
from
remember. Is this
Dragon
the
Slayer
actor?
1981.
Was this the actor?
Yeah, it's that
Uh,
guy.
you know who he reminds me of?
Who?
The guy that was in that Ghostbusters movie. You know, that played the professor that was always hitting on the girl.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Here he comes.
he does look a little like him, doesn't he?
I think this is Jimmy McNichol, if I'm not mistaken.
Now,
All right.
another great our '80s movie was Krull. Remember Krull?
Yeah, Kroll was great,
Yeah,
but I'd never seen a dragon, and I mean the animation in this is flawless,
yeah.
and this is what they were going to use for Jurassic Park.
Now
It was not going to be
his shield
CGI.
is made out of scaling of a dragon, so it's fireproof. Correct?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, now I
There you
am
go.
going to penetrate this up your. Oh no! Look at that. And he hasn't got a clue. Why is there not dripping and stuff that
Look,
he
he
can
sees
hear?
the reflection, man.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, he just pissed his pants. There's some drippage off that thing. Look at him hunker down. Rah! Here comes the fire, buddy. Here's your haircut for the week.
Yeah, you see how it's coming in all. Is the video on your end really choppy, Rex?
That's probably I have so many things up, and it's probably. Sorry about that.
Yeah, look,
It's probably my internet.
I recommend to the people in the chat just to go and watch this, just normally, so you see the fluid
Okay, so
motion
that
of the
is the
dragon.
fight of Gallon against the dragon.
Right, fight of
Okay,
Gallon against the dragon.
yeah. Well, sorry. We'll finish it. You got me interested in it now. I can see it perfectly, but everybody else is going, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
Same
this is
thing when
a
I run on videos. I keep so many things up. I'll just close everything down.
yeah. There he is blasting him. Oh, he's got the shield. They made the shield from the scales of the dragon. Wasn't that the whole deal?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a delay anyway on YouTube.
Oh no, there's his little baby.
Uh, you mean her little baby?
Yeah, okay. Well, look, it's you know,
I can't remember. I think I had this movie. You probably convinced me to watch it tonight.
it's a great. It's one of the best Disney films I think ever like modern Disney.
Oh,
Let me get
Disney,
that one.
what? Disney did it? Okay.
Yeah,
I think it was moderately successful, though, right?
oh, it was. It was popular.
Would you say it was a hit movie?
Oh yeah.
What do you think the status of it is today? A cult classic or what?
People love it. I don't
Yeah.
think there's it's. I think as far as like special effects go, you know, it's it's hard to beat, really.
Well, the
Look at that creature.
and that
Oh
stop
my!
motion.
That is stop motion.
Yeah.
That is a large stop motion puppet. That's what it is.
Yeah. Now that looks like stop motion, but it is very good.
No, it is fluid
Now
as
that
hell.
has rear projecting
Yeah.
screen,
Well,
right?
here's the thing though, Rex. It looks like stop motion because this freaking the thing is like choppy as hell. You got to just watch it normally.
Well, I am watching it normally on my end.
Yeah, I'm seeing it's all choppy as hell on my end.
Okay.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, I'm getting to see it, you know, better than anybody
Oops.
else, apparently.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It said stream suspended for
It's
policy
different than the
violation.
kind of acts of imagination that go
Ah.
with fiction.
What the
History
fuck?
actually happened.
What happened? Rex, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What the hell? Oh, oh yeah.
I
Can you
I
can you
stopped it because it went into an ad, but
can you get rid of that thing?
sure.
There we go. Are we still live?
Uh
It says
uh-oh, even. Oops, copyright strike. Yeah, I think
copyright.
every now and then you have to stop it
Yeah,
and they
but that
don't
was
like you streaming other things on YouTube, ripping off other channels, I guess. So,
okay,
hope I
but that
didn't.
wasn't even their property. That's a scene that they took from Dragon Slayer.
Right. I don't know. We'll see. I think we're still
Can,
live.
hey, can you guys hear us?
Somebody in the chat say, "Hey, we're still here." I think so. I mean, it says we're live. It's just probably,
Can you guys still hear us?
yeah, type something in the chat. Damn Hitler monkeys, it says. Yeah. Well, we'll just start a stream back up, if
I
I
was
don't,
asking if they
can you
could still.
still hear us, Horror Mike? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just asking if they can
And if
actually
it's,
hear us.
yeah,
Apparently not.
I guess it's ended, even though it's running on my end.
Oh, look, no sound or image. Horror Mike. Can you hear us talking? There we are, right there. I can.
No sound or image, Horror Mike. Okay. Well, he must saw your last comment, but yeah, it's probably
Wait,
ended.
what does that mean? No sound or
I'll
is he
just end the
responding?
broadcast. I'll just end the
We're
broadcast.
back.
Oh, we're back? How are we
We're back.
back?
Well, look at it, right there.
Well, it says I never left, so
I'm back,
yeah.
and I'm front too.
You're back now. The stream was suspended for copyright violations.
Where
Okay,
do you
but did
see
we
that
ever
at?
go down where you couldn't see us? I don't know. I'm confused.
It was temporarily suspended for copyright violation, Rex. But the gods of YouTube have seen fit to bring you back.
But James
Okay.
Hayes says you will have a strike. Well, I'm okay with that. This is the last time I
That's
take
about
Horror
this.
Mike's advice, and I'm sorry he had to go. Uh,
Ah! That's about the stupidest thing I've ever heard of, Rex. It's like somebody else ripped off the Dragon Slayer clip. Then you get suspended for watch. We were watching the clip that they
well,
took.
we made history on the channel. Thanks, Mike.
All right.
Thanks. Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, we should have stuck with the Equinox while we were ahead
Cheers.
and White Castle conversation. Man. Okay.
But is this the first strike you've ever had, Rex?
Oh yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Well, now I
Hey,
had
come on, power.
well, I mean,
Power to the
there's
people, Rex.
there's a different, there's a copyright violation, then there's a strike, right? So there's a difference. But yeah, it's my first strike if I did indeed get one.
Maybe it was just a copyright violation.
And the sad thing about it, it was all choppy. Everybody was saying like,
Yeah,
they're not watching
bad.
it like I did.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Here's what's funny though. We watched the Werewolf by Night trailer all the way through at one point without even stopping. Never got a violation for that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know these things. I want to definitely watch. I mean, how does like this guy stream through? Maybe it's official, the Outer Limits stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But I tell you, I know one thing. The guy that has the clip, the Dragon Slayer clip, it's not official. It's just somebody that's taken that clip from the movie. And he's still up. He's still showing it on YouTube.
Yeah. They used to make non-woke, Disney used to make non-woke movies.
Yes. Yeah, Dragon Slayer was, and that's Apex. That's a great point.
It was just good entertainment.
There was a point into the 90s, into the early 2000s, where Disney was not woke.
That was one that I watched on
great.
disc. Now, that was one movie I've got to say I passed up when it came out, Horror Mike. I did not see it in the theaters a couple of times. A lot of movies during that time, I would pay full price, see it, like Meatballs was one, the comedy Meatballs. And then they had two theater houses. One only had 2 screens. The other had multiple screens. Started out with 3, went to 14, and then bigger than that, maybe. But then they would discount it, and you could like watch a movie for like $2. And plus, at that smaller theater, they had like smaller, like we had a local director that made movies here in town. Made several. They were Christian-based movies. He has done some, larger things. but he shot a lot of the movies around town here, and I have a few of them. I think, yeah, I have some of his stuff. And anyway, you could go and watch the movie again for a discounted rate, or maybe for the first time at a discounted rate. So a lot of times these movies I saw 2-3 times.
Right.
But now Dragon Slayer I did until it came out on disc, and it seems like if I do indeed have it, it's coupled with something else. Was there a sequel to this movie, a Dragon Slayer 2?
Not that I am aware of.
Okay, maybe they just packaged it with another movie that was similar genre.
That's very possible. I
Yeah,
saw it in the theater when it came out, and that was an awesome time. If you think about it, that
absolutely,
all
Jack.
of the
That
films.
was Anthony Perkins, wasn't it? They got the drill blades through the book or the paper, and then
Oh,
you never,
maybe it was.
yeah,
Yeah,
because I saw a clip to that, and
I
I
think it's possible that Dragon Slayer was the first PG rated Disney film.
possibly, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to put that in here, and we're going
yeah.
to find out.
You're into this PG-13 pre-code, but you're right. The standards change. They had M for mature, and that was kind of done away with. That's the great thing about King Kong and other movies like that. It was before
Yeah,
censorship came in. Once the censorship of the early 30s, and Billy Tucci and his friends have done, they used to do, like, maybe it was last October around Halloween, that they were doing like pre-code films and talking about pre-code films, and having a discussion about that, about like 5 on the panel.
Lorenzo.
And so Billy
Yes.
Tucci's got some content up about pre-code films,
Oh,
very
nice.
knowledgeable
That's
about
excellent.
early horror films, like and there were some great ones that came out during that time.
Yeah,
And
pre-code.
but
Yeah,
now
pre. Probably
when
most
the
famous.
censorship came in the early 30s, no woman's cleavage was seen for 20 years in film.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
that
Some of
was
those.
the
As a matter of fact, Rex, there's a great. I gotta turn you on to this channel on YouTube. They show a ton of pre-code. I mean, it's like just every day they come out with a new
yeah.
pre-code.
Yeah, now, I thought that was kind of a heaven and hell like ending. That's kind of how I took it at the end of Black Hole. I did go see that one at the theater, and I did see
Look
Flash Gordon, and I don't know, just all kinds of Disney movies for sure. Uh, More than I have in
there.
my collection. The animated ones are the ones that I've kind of went back and collected, but now they had a lot of live action type stuff, like Escape from Witch Mountain. I'm sure I watched that, and other things. Disney's got a whole vault. I mean, they were churning these things out.
Now what the hell?
I don't know. Have you got something else that'll get us struck again?
Yeah, I'm trying to get us struck 2 times, maybe 3 times on the same.
Well, we know what I think about that. So thanks for coming in, Mike.
Well, I'm trying to find that pre-code channel. I know you would love this.
Okay.
These
So
guys, it's all just pre-code, Rex.
pre-code movies?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
and it's awesome, man. I mean, some of these movies are pretty sleazy.
Yeah. Well, now one that Cecil B. DeMille did was Sign of the Cross, and that had Frederick March as sort of the Roman soldier, and had the guy that did Mutiny on the Bounty. This is
Oh
Mutiny,
yeah,
Mr. Christian,
yeah,
the original,
yep.
and was married in real life to the actress
Shit.
that played the Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Lawton, was his name Lawton? Charles Lawton?
Charles Lawton.
Yeah, now he played in it. And then I forget, Lombard, I think.
Oh,
Was the
Carol Lombard.
I'm not sure if it was Carol Lombard, but it was one of those beauties.
Yeah, here we
And
go.
she takes a milk bath you know,
Woohoo!
a milk bath. She's
Yeah.
naked or appears naked in like, and it's called Sign of the Cross. Hey Dillard, we got a copyright strike already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Here.
the hell is your problem? No.
Oh shit! I can't. Oh no. Here we go. Yeah. I just put the link in.
Hey Tree Goblin. Hey Lorenzo.
I put the link in the chat there.
In private chat
Both
or just
public and private. And that it's Cinecurry Hollywood, and it's not
oh,
all pre-code, but they put out a ton of pre-code films.
okay.
You know. So well, you know, Freaks was one of the most infamous
Oh yeah.
pre-code horror films.
Cool. I'll subscribe to it. Do they put content out pretty regularly?
Yes, all
Okay.
the time.
All the time. Okay.
Yeah.
I may regret turning on the
Cinecurry.
notification then. What'd you say?
Cinecurry Hollywood. I don't know
Yeah.
why it's Cinecurry. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Cinecurry Hollywood Land.
Yeah.
It was late 40s when the land part came down and it
Was
just became
taken down.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but in any case, so you know, I don't know if you're.
Eric says I bruised my lumbard once. Captain Right on Rex. Thank you for that. Just decided to start a fight. Jack, you must be in Australia, and he probably doesn't want to dox himself, but he probably is.
So you got, you know, I showed you. This is Wrath of Spectre #1.
Right. That's
These
kind of
are
a
reprints.
prestige format reprint.
Yeah, reprint
4
of
issues,
the
I believe.
Aparo Fleischman.
Jim Aparo. Those stories came out of Adventure
Now check
Comics.
out issue #2. Now check out that cover. Now,
Yeah.
okay, the Spectre has tossed a
axe, a cleaver.
Well, whatever you call it, butcher's knife.
A cleaver.
Cleaver. Yeah. And chopped up that woman.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, how, you know, as far as like, and this is, you know, now this cover was done in the 80s. The original series by Fleischman and Fleischer and Aparo was 1970s. But I mean, I was just like, wow, that's a pretty hardcore cover for the 1980s coming from DC.
Is it really? I mean, it seems pretty PC to me. I mean, when you show me all this great pre-code stuff, and this is like cartoons versus real live action stuff. There's no comparison, really.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's true. I'm just saying for DC,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for DC, yeah.
And this is issue #3.
Yeah, I don't.
And then the final.
I thought I had that one, but I don't remember that cover. I may not have all those. I know I have #1.
Issue #4.
Yeah.
And of course, they added. Now, the great thing is that Fleischer and Aparo added 3 new stories in this issue.
Was that the only issue that they did that with?
Yep.
It must have ran. It must have ran a little short. You know, the reprint story.
Exactly.
Yeah. He must have got
That's a great series, Rex, because you know the Spectre is just a complete bastard in that series. I mean, he's kind of sadistic, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Did you work out? Did you work out the pain in your leg?
Kind
of, sort of, not really.
Nah, yeah, kind of, sort of, not really. It just that.
How you sit.
I don't think I've had it walk up on me like this quite so much.
Well, you know, the thing of it is, Vic, when you sit there hours on end drawing, you really do need to pace yourself better, you know, somehow, or rearrange things. Without we the people, Rex has no channel. Absolutely. Well, I'll have a channel. Just Vic, you missed it.
What happened?
We played Dragon Slayer, and Horror Mike facilitated to give me thanks, Mike, I always remember you. I got a copyright strike.
Yeah,
For what?
for Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer. We were playing Dragon Slayer off another YouTube.
We were showing a clip from Dragon Slayer, and suddenly.
Oh yeah, you will get copyrights. That's not like music, right? Music, you just get a copyright claim. If you play videos, right, even if it's a music video, right, you will get a copyright strike because of the video content itself. That's why I don't like playing anything off from YouTube at all, to be perfectly honest, right? Because
I guess we went down for a while and then we came back because I didn't end the broadcast. I don't know.
Yeah, but basically just stopped us from playing the video, and then it brought us back.
Yeah.
So it's just saying, whatever. I mean, YouTube is wildly inconsistent with this shit because we played clips from other movies, no problem. And the thing is, this Dragon Slayer clip is actually.
Horror Mike said strike. I didn't see anything about a strike, but then I'm going to.
Oh, wait, I didn't say strike. That was another guy that said strike.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just saying that.
Well, you could know just by going into your email. You'll have an email.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Gmail and see what it says.
Yeah, because you'll have an email from YouTube saying you got a
copyright notice. Copyright notice.
Well, there it goes. Apex Comics.
Your
says
stream was interrupted.
For 3 minutes when struck. So you got struck because it stopped for 3 minutes. Stream recovers afterward.
Live stream copyright notice. Your stream was interrupted due to a copyright match. Your stream was interrupted. Streams are interrupted when copyright content is detected. After copyrighted material is no longer being streamed, streams are automatically re-enabled, and we stopped it. So as soon as I stopped it, we came back on board.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So whatever that really means, who the hell knows? And,
is that a strike or is that just a notice, Vic?
Well, does it say that it's a strike?
Does it say that it will not affect your channel? Because that's what it says on the copyright claims.
Lorenzo said it's not a strike.
Well, it just said live stream copyright notice.
Right. Well, then read the rest. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
It just says due to a copyright match. I don't know that wording.
Copyright match, right there.
Your stream is interrupted. Streams are interrupted when copyright content is detected. After copyrighted material is no longer being streamed, streams are automatically re-enabled.
No, you didn't get it.
But the title, it just says live stream copyright notice. Your stream was interrupted.
All right. I think you did that. So that was the AI that picked it up.
Yeah.
Right. So now if the copyright holder decides to push a claim, they can.
That's not necessarily true, Captain. Copyright issues notwithstanding, any show playing videos and music indicates a boring live stream with nothing to say. Wow. Tree Goblin says
that
I'm
was
fine.
Particularly vicious, Captain Finity. Okay.
Just a notice.
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose you could just go on and just scream and cry and whine about everybody in the world and then tout how wonderful you are for being even less than they are. You know what I'm saying? Like you could do that for hours. I'm sure that's quite entertaining.
Just a notice. Now, Vic, I hear we're going to have you on Apex's show tonight.
God damn it.
Talking Beowar. Cool. I'll have to come up with some probing questions for you. Oh. So how did Mangaween? You kicked off Mangaween again today?
Well,
I mean,
we were just doing some
designs,
just some manga sketching earlier.
Right. Was that not part of Mangaween?
No. but this stuff is. You got
Captain says it was pretty harsh. I can indeed talk nonstop for 12 hours and get listeners. I'm pretty entertaining.
Yeah, you can get like 5
Well,
or 6.
I'll give you the pretty
I've watched
part.
your streams. You can get 5 or 6, bro. And that includes me. So
Yeah. Do you want
nothing to brag about there, Mr. Fucking
just
shit.
listening to these streams? I have like 5 things to look up on YouTube later. Sharing is caring. I absolutely. We like the links and stuff to grow and learn. Can you show us some of what you drew earlier? I know you had them kind of grabbed there.
Oh, well,
I've
yeah,
got you in big in there.
I was just doing some sketching.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I mean, that looks like, stuff I've seen in comics, some of those manga comics.
Yeah, I watched parts of a couple of the, what was it, 7 or 8, or was it actually 9 that you did about me, Captain Infinity.
Yeah.
You know?
Amateur Ant says manga wings suck today. Wow.
It did.
Okay. Dave travels through time, channel 2. Hell Rex, Hell Vic, and everyone. Hell to you. First time in, let me confer unto you a wrench.
Oh yeah.
I gave him a wrench. I got him. I got him taken care of, Lorenzo.
Jack
Thank
says
you.
he likes when me and Risey fight.
Yeah. Well, the thing of it was he and Jack, who's in the chat now, they kind of left yesterday because I didn't let him on. I kind of had a small headache and I had just woke up, took a quick shower, came down here, and I wanted to keep it a small panels, and I was reluctant even to leave have Eagle Rider on, but I let her on and Shadowhawk was already in here. And
yeah, I love Risey, but if you have a headache, that's the last person you want on.
Yeah, well, I'd already been on his stream,
because
earlier that day, and anyway, but like when I saw him there last night on your stream, he just greeted me like, I knew he wouldn't remember. Hey, Death Pusher. I don't think he remembered, me not letting him on, but I didn't let a lot of people. I didn't send out a link. I don't even think you got a link yesterday. I don't know.
No.
You might. I think you did, perhaps, but I
was still sleeping, dude.
Too early. Yeah, and that's fine because I had a quick one yesterday. Yeah, I was quick with the wrench. Absolutely. I kind of store in my memory who's been in here before and who hasn't. Like I say, my memory is pretty good, with certain things. Are we doing a little Silver Surfer, or that could be anything, right?
There we go.
Obviously not Silver Surfer. A little Beowar, maybe, a little brooding. I created a new.
Hey Rex.
Yeah.
I got a 10 a.m. show tomorrow with UK horror writer Steve Stark. I just put it in the chat, so in case anybody's interested.
Okay. Thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for the reminder of it too, because I was planning to be on Link Dillard or we Riot. Okay. All I know is I didn't get a link today. Yeah, sometimes I'm a little bit I took a nap and then got up, showered real quick and came down here because I got a little bit of rest too, an hour or so, or whatever. So I didn't get all the links out, and sometimes I'm slow to give those out. I don't feel like I'm compelled always to do such a thing.
Yeah, I've had to ask for a link on numerous occasions.
Well, that 'tis true, and that's only because I forgot. But okay, so Twitter. Dillard, I'll send you the link in Twitter if you wish to come on. I'm not trying to gatekeep anyone. Although Rossi was telling me that I was, and maybe Jack, I don't know. But no biggie. Okay, here we go. Where you at, Dillard? There you are. There you go, my friend. There's the link. I like to keep things manageable because you do have to navigate. I wind up kicking people by accident if I'm not careful. Not that I haven't had big panels on here before. CG Slumlord, welcome. Catch any fish lately?
Hey, thanks for having me. I wanted to show you my fantastic cover. You want to see my new cover?
Absolutely.
All right. Let me share my
Dillard?
screen real quick.
Okay. Hey, JV.
This is gonna. I kind of caved to the pressure because everybody wants that sweet look of the golden age. So I caved and did a golden age cover
Yeah.
for the buckler. There it is.
There we go. A little bit bigger. That's what she said. What do you think, Horror Mike?
That's cool. Yeah, it does have that classic look. I would say, like, for instance, check it out. There we go.
That's a joke, Rex. I'm joking about Horror Mike's lame ass cover that he's so happy about.
Oh,
His Spectre
okay.
cover.
All right. I didn't get it. Yeah.
Yeah, look, there's a few
Well,
similarities.
Dillard, I never take a lot of your work. You
saw how awkward it got in here when I said this was my cover and everybody didn't know what to say. That's what people do when you put up Golden Age style work. They go, "That's cool, very interesting. It's got clean lines."
Nice. Yeah. It's got good clean lines. Yeah. Well, your shavings, your clippings from the film that are on the floor would probably be better than some people's art. So anything you do, I take serious. Looks good. Yeah. You could probably get away with that one and actually publish that. I don't know. After that fantastic painting Dillard did you do a painting for the first buckler? Oh yeah. That's
the first one has
that's so underwhelming. James says. Jack says, I like it though. Yeah. I'm sure he had the buckler logo readily available.
Oh yeah, I got all the buckler logos just right here, ready to go, but slap on anything.
Yeah.
Slap it on a can of Coke.
Yeah.
I was at the store today and I saw that Coca-Cola is putting out cans after some artist named like White Marshmallow, and they're flavoring it something different like melon and strawberry. I wonder how much he got. I wonder how much that artist got. For
Is
Coca-Cola.
he a music artist? I'm
no, he's like a graffiti artist.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, he probably got a pretty good contract.
And the reason it caught my eye, because you always see a bunch of crazy gobbledygook, right, out in the stores. But the reason it caught my eye is because there was a dude in line with 2 of those in his hand, like he was buying them.
Yeah.
Like, huh. Interesting.
Sure to be collector's items.
I don't see how. I mean, there's got to be millions of them out there.
With all this talk about racism, and they sign a guy called White. That's amazing. That's what I got out of that.
The sarcasm belong in humor? That's my question. In any case, yeah.
Jack says you can't find Coke Zero, but they keep releasing these weird fracking flavors. I'm about to quit. I can quit anytime I want. That's it. Yeah, convince me. I don't have a Coke problem. If it's powdered Coke, they should, they maybe they don't want to promote drugs, so I'll shut up.
You know, when I was living in Washington State, we used to go up to Vancouver, and they had in Canada, and they had Moxie cola, which is actually pretty good.
All right, my mistake. I got to correct myself here. I made a big boo boo in the bed.
In the bed, Amber
Yeah.
Heard confirmed.
It is a music artist, a Grammy nominated artist named Marshmello.
Okay, Marshmallow. I do not
And,
have a Metamucil problem.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I never heard of him, but here is a picture of him
Oh boy.
holding and showing his Coca-Cola product. Let me share my
I like
screen
that holding
one
and
more
showing, and then he clears his throat. Like it's. Oh, what's he holding? You gotta know when to hold him.
His
Know when to fold 'em.
Coca-Cola product. Here it is.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. So it's the unknown comedian.
All right. Yeah. That dude.
F
I
this
recognize the face. That's it. I
Yeah.
don't know anything that he's done.
I don't know any of the music either.
Maybe if I heard it, I'd be like, "Oh, that's that guy." Then
Yeah,
I guess.
I think that's about the 7,000th sign of the apocalypse.
That's pretty weak.
other words.
Yeah. Is that bunny balls for eyes? What is that?
I don't know what that is.
I don't think
Well,
those
it
are
looks
regular.
like Peter
Are those
Griffin
regular
balls
Coke or are
chin.
they?
No, they're like one's
Energy drink?
regular and one's zero sugar, but they're like watermelon strawberry flavored.
They're probably the energy drinks.
Yeah. Corn syrup. The other white meat. I don't know. I'm glad to see Horror Mike working on his tan, though.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
God. Stay out of the sun. That's
Yeah.
what I-
Rex, do you get color when you go out into the sun for a while?
Gets
Oh,
red.
The red, yes. I
What about if
burn.
you're out there? What about if you're out there for like a week?
Oh yeah, I'd be burnt to a crisp.
No, I mean like you don't get a little bit golden.
No, I mean I've had the tanning packages and stuff, and it takes me about a month and a half to get any tan at all.
Whoa!
Yeah.
'Cause I go to the pier kind of often, right, to the
Now
beach, and I see
yeah.
these older guys, these white men, very very white men with pure white hair, jogging on the beach, and they look like Hulk Hogan. Their skin is golden brown,
Yeah,
leathery as all hell, and wrinkled to shit, But
Yeah.
it's very nice color.
Yeah, I don't abuse my skin cells like that, but right after
Oh, he's
high
probably
school,
riddled with cancer. Yeah, but
Yeah, probably. I burned, probably had third degree burns on my face, actually, from a fishing trip, as a matter of fact, out there all day and didn't wear any sunblock. I was stupid. And you talk about red and blistered and peeling for a while. I looked like the Incredible Melting Man. So you burn that off, it doesn't come back. So it's real shallow on my face.
Well, if you stay in the sun long enough, you're going to meet Mel.
Mel?
Yeah, melanoma.
Melanoma, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, my father was a farmer. He had stuff like that on his face, forearms, and I had a customer also come in. The doctor removed like over 50 places on his forearms, his lower neck here, and his face. He looked like a guy with raw skin leprosy or something. It's amazing. He had like a $50, just one place, all raw. He was so uncomfortable. I was really surprised that the doctor would do that many at one time. Because just how could you rest? You're like you look like Job in the Bible.
God.
one raw scab for, and then get checked out again. They do it again. So you're
Look at
like that
this.
in
This was my
perpetuity.
forehead after my last fishing trip.
Oh,
Like I was scabbing up, so like this actually started bleeding because my sunburn was so. It was just like same day.
wow.
Like
Okay.
I got burnt, cracked,
Uh-huh.
and started bleeding the same day. It was awful.
Yeah. Obviously, you don't moisturize. Or do you
No,
use
not at all.
sunblock? No.
No. Normally I wear a hat. I forgot
Yeah.
my hat that day. It was sitting on the back porch with all my fishing stuff. It just did not make it into the back of the truck when we left. Along with my wet wipes. Yeah, I take wet wipes with me when I fish.
Yeah. Definitely a handy thing to have. Now, Captain Finity, I think you had said one time that your ash can was coming out here pretty soon. Is that correct? I think he said it was finished. Is it finished?
No, it's scheduled
I
for
mean-
8 pages, and so far we are 4 pages in.
Okay. So here pretty soon, though.
So
Yeah.
the cover's finished, and 4 interior pages are finished of 8.
Awesome. He was talking about expanding on that. So I hope for your sake that he does.
No. He wants to expand it, and he is going to be doing some illustrations for the inside in between a time jump.
Yeah, that'll be a mix because I've seen his style and then I've seen a little of yours. That'll be a mix of styles. That's pretty cool.
Indistinguishable from each other.
Wow. I wouldn't go that far. Now, if you want to see a successful ash can, I don't know what he did on the ash can because he kind of sold it private, but Reaper the Destroy, Joe Sontag, released this with a larger print there. In biggin so that Mike can see it. I see he's straining there.
Is that one of them fancy foil covers?
Yep. On a little ash can. Signed by him there. Shadowhawk gave this to me because I kind of missed it when it came out. He had like 5 copies of it. So that was a gift from Shadowhawk.
That's got to be probably one of the best looking images I've ever seen come out of CG.
Yeah, I think so.
And not necessarily the colored version, because I'm not big on color at all.
Yeah.
But just the black and white image of that Reaper Destroyer cover that was going around. Oh my God, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I actually haven't really looked at the colored version that closely, and even if I did, I wouldn't know what to think of it because I'm not a colorist. I wouldn't know.
Now, I've been accused of being a troll, not only today, but by other people. What exactly is your definition of a troll, Dillard?
My definition of a troll is somebody that shows up, talks a lot of shit, and does not spend money on your product.
Yeah, I've met a few of those.
If they show up and they hound your channel with no benefit to you whatsoever, other than to get people geared away from your channel, and they don't like your stuff or buy your stuff, I consider that a troll. If they are spending money on your stuff, then they're just a roustabout. They're a feisty fan. That's all.
Yeah, feisty fan. I like that. Yeah. Burn most of my legs, can turn into a slight tan later, but it was dark pink. Yeah, I burned like I helped a person and was mowing a lot and had my, legs exposed between the sock and the knee. And for like 2 years now, probably it's been a little darker than the rest of my legs, it's deep in there.
Yeah, that's called diabetes, Rex.
No, it's not. No, $100 and it was a badly drawn.
That's called thrombosis. I remember my cousin Ricky, big old fat dude. Right?
I'm a low-key troll, Jack says, and he changed his icon. You don't realize he dissed you until a minute later. Then wait a minute. Yeah,
my cousin Ricky, he was a big old fat guy. most of his life he was fatter than the rest of us,
Hey,
like
Bad
around
Wolf.
300 pounds in like high school, you know. But then got up to
Right.
around over 400 after he became an adult, and then he was telling us like, I don't know, man. No matter what I do, I can't wash this like dirty ring around my neck. Or he had diabetes.
Wow. I didn't know you get a dirty ring with diabetes.
Not always, but some people do.
Yeah. Bad
And
Wolf.
he got those really
666.
sunken looking eyes,
There you go.
with the dark hyperpigmentation around the eye sockets.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. People get
The dark
skin discoloration with diabetes. It's because the blood flow is restricted, and then so there's all sorts of different factors to it. But yeah, people can get it around their ankles, around their arms, around their neck, anywhere where there's a chance of fat constricting the blood flow.
ring around the collar, Jack says.
The more you know.
The more you know. Yeah. So, Diller, what have you been doing today? Enjoying the kids?
No, I just got back. Actually, I had to go on a long drive this morning. Remember, I went on a long drive a couple days ago.
Yeah, it was a fishing trip, wasn't it?
I had to repeat that again to go pick up my wife and bring her back here.
Oh, yeah. But she loves you for it, and we'll cook you a good meal, I'm sure. Is your wife a good cook? Now watch out, she may be listening.
She's a very good cook. Very inconsistently with her the amount of time she cooks. She fucking never cooks. When she does cook, it's great. But I can't convince her to do it enough.
You must eat out a lot.
No, I eat in the kitchen.
Well, take out in the kitchen.
No, I just make my own food.
Yeah. Just staples around the house, huh? Okay.
Yeah, like honestly, like I don't.
But
I don't
you
like
like
I don't like a lot of fancy stuff, but I do like to sit down and eat. Yeah.
With a hot meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, some of the stuff I like to eat, I don't like the way anybody makes it but me.
Yeah.
And I have a very particular way of making my soups or my omelets or
your
my
palate.
Breakfast. I don't like for some reason like she cooks with oil where I cook with butter.
Yeah, you like seasonings too, I'm sure. Hey, Doc.
A little bit.
Gentlemen.
All. Yes.
All right.
And Dillard. Mike, when I saw you yesterday on stream and just the thumbnail, I thought, damn it, man, Dan Fraga's dad is on here? What the hell?
I'm going to carry that Fraga connection for the rest of my life. I'm afraid it's just the reality of it. And look, I could be, before, several days before, Doc, people were comparing me to Ed Gein. So I think the Fraga comparison is much better.
Yeah, I'll take the Fraga any day.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack Stafford, good to see you, buddy. Tree Goblin, Dave travels through Time Channel 2. Okay.
Sign up for Pariah Blood and Mud if you haven't already. Is there anything special they're going to get if they do sign up early?
Absolutely. You're going to get a exclusive trading card colored by Phil Leon, and it is a good-looking card. Now, we're launching a new video here shortly, just as soon as Anthony finishes the music for it. And there'll be lots of new art.
Bad Wolf, there's not really a topic. We've been talking about several different things.
So, Rex, you have to answer the phone when you ask me to hook you up with somebody, and I do.
Did you try and call me today?
Twice.
You know where my phone is?
Tell me.
I left it in the truck at work. So I have to drive across town and go get it later.
Okay. All right.
Good excuse, right? I wasn't ignoring
that. That is.
Are you really trying to set me up with that lady? Your friend?
Yeah, the one with the mugs and the t-shirts and
Oh
whatever.
my god! Oh, oh, okay. I
No,
thought
I'm
you
not trying
meant
to set you up with a girlfriend. God.
Ooh, okay, yeah. It's like I don't know if I want to go to the barbecue now. I ooh, might come home with something that I can't get rid of. Um.
Oh,
Oh, I
how
know.
dare you
Thank
insult
you.
my friend that way?
Thank you. No, that wasn't direct. I wasn't talking about your friend. It might have been, an STD or whatever they call those things.
That's
Whatever. I
what
don't know.
I'm saying. What are you saying about my friend?
No, I wasn't. And it wasn't even necessarily that. Anyway, I'm digging my hole deeper. Um.
Rex, you suck.
I mean, seriously.
I probably do suck. But
Rex, I got a bone to pick with you though,
oh, okay.
and you know what it is.
No, I have no clue. I wake up new every day.
Why did you go live during my Doc's Coffee Shop stream?
I didn't realize.
You
What
were
I
in my
did was
chat. You were in my chat. You did realize.
when was that?
Thursday morning, 10 o'clock.
Oh, oh yeah, I did. We actually, well, I don't know. I mean,
Well, question, Doc. Was it very boring?
No, it
yeah,
wasn't.
Oh my God.
It was a
Yeah.
wonderful stream.
yeah, and I even got on there with Glenn Fleming. I think that was the day. He came in and
Yes,
we
yes,
had like a 3 hour
yes,
stream. Yeah.
yes.
Um.
Ran right over my
Yeah, I
stream.
probably did that. Made some coffee. Thought, I think I'll have a stream. And then somebody said, or anyway, I don't know. I'm sorry. I
Mm,
did.
mm, mm, mm,
I
mm,
must
mm,
admit. Yeah.
mm, mm,
But
mm.
you did get the payment, right? You got my last payment?
I did.
Okay. Okay.
But
Great.
you're still admonished.
Okay. That's good.
Admonish
Now
him,
we just got to exercise that streaming demon out of me.
Mike. Admonish him, Mike. Tell him,
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't ask Mike. He got me a copyright strike or something, or attempting to. Yeah.
Yes.
What did you do, Mike?
And he's proud of it too.
Well,
Look at him.
there's a
He's
little
beaming.
film called Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
Mm.
We were
And
watching some
so,
Dragon Slayer. Yeah.
He went to the kitchen. He grabbed the butcher knife,
yeah.
and in true horror Mike fashion, he came out slashing to Rex's channel.
Oh wow! And
Yeah.
I missed it.
No, it was have you seen Dragon Slayer, Doc Blaylock?
Don't try to show it again. Jesus.
No.
Are
He
you talking
didn't show it the first time.
Have you
You're talking
seen
about
the
So I
movie?
had to go to
the
YouTube, find the link, and do it myself.
the
So I
cheesy
guess
one
I
from
shot
the
myself.
80s?
1981 film.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
famous for the Phil Tippett Go Motion animation.
Mhm,
That was
But one thing I was going to say
Right.
about that, Mike, when I don't know if the baby dragon was dead or what, but she comes up to the little baby dragon, which I didn't remember that. So,
Yeah.
so he's killing the mother. I'm kind of sympathetic for the dragon.
right. Yes. Yeah, well, there is that angle, in
Yeah.
the film. It's not,
Yeah.
and it was the pivotal Disney film because it was described as the first quote unquote dark Disney film.
mm.
In other words, they kind of shed that, their whole, whatever the hell Jungle Book look, and they went with something that was looked like dark fantasy.
Yeah.
With
But I
Dragon
mean,
Slayer.
they were really branching out in the 80s. You had Dark Crystal that were puppets, I know, but that was
Yep.
different.
Yep.
There's a lot of Disney films in the 80s that really took a darker turn. I mentioned one the other day with claymation, which was Return from Oz. That's
Oh,
really
yeah.
pretty wild.
Black Hole was pretty damn
Black Holes, another
Black
one we
Hole.
discussed. Yeah.
Starring Lola Falana.
Yeah,
And that was,
yeah.
So
Did you
Yes,
say a
indeed.
lot of vagina?
Lola Falana. Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl.
A lot of
Lola
vagina, that's
Falana.
what Vicky
Horror.
did, right?
And there was music and dancing and all the other romancing at the Lola Labana. Are the Doctor Who audiobooks worth it? I was interested in a few building off From the Pyramids of Mars. Audiobooks worth it? I do not have the Pyramids of Mars on audiobooks, but I have several of the. I generally get the official BBC. Sometimes that's possible. Sometimes they're not. I enjoy them. It's like the audio to the. It's like radio, theater of the mind. There's no visuals, but you hear.
Theater.
What did I say?
Theater.
It's
Well, you're in Georgia. There would be that
theater
difference.
of the mind.
Theater.
Theater. Theater.
You're mispronouncing it. It's pronounced theater.
Theater.
Theater. Dillard.
In hoity-toity. I know the longer I stay in the South, the more Southern I sound. I don't know why. Getting a headache.
Osmosis.
Osmosis, I guess.
Yes,
I
osmosis.
get lazy with my verbiage, which will not be in my comics, by the way. I write differently than I speak, thank God. I actually spoke proper English when I was a young man, but I just kind of lost that over time.
I am's too smart. One of my best.
Okay.
And
I never doubted bald man.
Favorite
come on camera. Fight me.
Favorite lines from a Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Was
Swip. That's all you need to know.
He was
Swip.
fighting. He was fighting the Ox, and he says, "Ox beat Spider-Man. Ox make new name for self." And Spider-Man said, "What's wrong? The old one too hard to spell?"
I would love to see a movie, maybe CG generated. I don't know why, with Venom, where he's just tearing into the Marvel heroes and bites Spidey head off and throws the body like a limp rag to the side and goes into, maybe puts his fist through Captain America. I mean, just, I don't know. I'd like to see the Marvel madness. It's kind of like a what if mashup. What if Venom killed everybody in the Marvel universe?
Sure, and ended the universe.
Then they would be dead. That's what would happen.
Yeah, but it would be cool to watch. It would be a cool event to watch. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it would.
Well, it would be cooler because
you never get that in the comics. You never get that in the comics. Eric Larson tried to draw it 1,000,000 times where he's going to bite Spidey's head off, and he never does it. But I would like to see him actually accomplish that.
I'm not against it. I'm not against that.
Yeah, just a
as
murder
long as
fan.
it's everybody else, including like Moon Knight and all these other.
And then at the end, say no actual people were hurt in the filming of this film.
I mean, you could bite Ben Reilly's head off. That'd be cool.
No, I like Scarlet Spider.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the costume and the pouches and everything.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know about the characterization, but I like, I know he's a derivative character. But now, the first Amazing Spider-Man I bought, Ben Reilly was in. And that was Amazing Spider-Man 149, the first clone.
I don't like his pouches, but I hate his ankle pouches.
Yeah.
But I do like his wrist pouches things. I like those a lot.
Okay. Well,
I did kind of get it in the 90s when they had superheroes, the X-Men and the Avengers wearing jackets, and they all had pouches because they don't have pockets. So they got to, you got to have a place for your Bic lighter and your change, and you needed pouches.
I can't remember.
You know what really bothered me? The off-center spider on his thing.
Yeah. There's something inherently wrong with that.
Yeah.
There was something slightly disturbing about the Wolverine fanny pack, which I
my
never
God.
really.
Oh my God.
Really went over.
So would you say that Steve Ditko's Spider-Man design, or at least what subsequent artists have, how they've drawn it, pretty standard? Is it one of the best design costumes? Just costumes of all
Absolutely.
time?
Absolutely.
What do you think, Dillard?
Well, of course it is. I couldn't tell you why. I don't know anything about design, but
now come on, you don't know anything about design. Come on.
Whose costume?
All I can tell you is that whether or not it looks good or not after it's finished. I couldn't tell you how to like make a good design.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's costume, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, the original.
Well, the original was Jack Kirby's, and it really wasn't all that great.
Right. It looked like Captain America, but we're talking about the Steve Ditko from mate that won
Yeah,
today.
I mean, if you look at the original drawings of Spider-Man, the very original drawings, Steve Ditko was doing Spider-Man. When he first designed that suit, he didn't beef him out. He was very it was like a normal man wearing a Spider-Man suit, and it wasn't all that impressive. So somebody must have come along to him and said, "You need to put some muscles on that dude." You know,
Yeah, he always reminded me of a kid that played racquetball.
without the muscles, Spider-Man looks lame.
Skinny.
You know what I'm saying? It just does.
So you're not a big Ditko fan?
I can't say that. I'm
well,
not
I mean,
a fan.
I mean, in that instance, because Ditko
Spider-Man wasn't
draws
the only
sort
thing
of.
he did. He did.
Yeah, but he draws slender figures. I would say Joe Staten does too.
Mm,
Like E-Man. He looked kind of slender and whatnot.
So did what's his name? Who's the guy that did Captain Marvel? Death of Captain Marvel.
Jim Starlin.
Jim Starlin didn't over muscle his characters. They had a physique, they had a shape, but they weren't hyper muscled.
Right. Well, if we're talking hyper muscle, what I think of is either myself or I think of nobody got that or nobody wanted to. But anyway,
yeah, nobody was touching that Rex.
No one. Well, that's a good thing. I think of like what Andy Smith is doing. I think of Bart Sears. That's hyper muscle to me.
Well, sure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, you guys may be missing.
And this was the start of Marvel Comics right here.
Peter Parker was, he
This
was
the first appearance of the Spider-Man costume in book.
Yeah, he was not a muscle-bound freak. Okay, he was a high school student that was bit by a spider.
Right.
He
was a high schooler.
He was a high schooler.
Right.
In the film, in Sam Raimi's film, they played it perfectly because he gradually gets a little more muscular as he gets stronger.
Right.
But he doesn't become this muscle-bound freak.
Right.
Yeah, but then again, they had him as a 30-year-old freshman. So,
He says, crackers and milk, bless them, if they only knew. Now let's see a spider needs a web. This little device should just do the trick. I'll fasten one to each arm. I'll operate by the slightest pressure of any finger, not just the two middle fingers. I'll need a name. Well, guess Spider-Man is as good as any. Looks pretty good, if I do say so myself.
Hey, looks great there. Yeah. In the film, it's awesome when he first makes his costume and he goes into the cage for the wrestling match, all that stuff. It's just great, like origin stuff,
Now, there's all kinds of heroes out there, and I did want to show this campaign some love. So just give me a moment to pitch a little Frog G, Voodoo Gods and Magic. Let's watch the trailer real quick, if you don't mind. They launched today. Jason Bascom, Frog G, Ink Spots all worked on this. So let's enjoy.
We've all read the story. The brave hero conquers the diabolical villain and rescues the damsel in distress. But this is real life, and in real life, stories don't always have happy endings. Frog G, the story of a man turned into a frog by a voodoo priestess sent on a mission to kill a god, life itself. Now our hero must roam the underworld to regain his humanity and win back the woman he loves.
Interesting. I would say I
Pretty
would
cool
say
animation. I
I
like
would
that.
say Pedro that did the animation for myself, and of course Dillard didn't like that, so he left. Um,
I
sorry,
like that.
Dillard.
That animation wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah, Pedro did mine. Did Apex Comics animation? I would say he probably did that for them. That kind of looked like his stuff.
And it was probably a lot smoother. Your internet's a little janky.
Yeah,
Oh
and that,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
saying that earlier, Doc. Yeah, we went
yeah.
to
I've
watch
got to do
the
something about that.
Dragons
You know,
player.
I'll get my friend on that as soon as I can. I really don't want to change my internet provider because I've got it set up where I don't miss the money.
All right, kiddos. Well, I'm going to bounce. I'm actually working on pages, and
Yeah,
Saturday is redraw day. So,
yeah. Pariah Blood and Mud. Sign up for it while you can. Get a free trading card if you back the book.
sign up today only on Indiegogo.
Only on Indiegogo.
Bye.
Thanks. All right, now another one that I
Jiminy
wanted.
Cricket.
Oh, Jiminy Cricket. What? What's Jiminy saying?
He says he's only 3 subscribers away from hitting 900.
Ooh, sweet. Great. That's awesome. Very cool. I'm one of those subscribers. Definitely.
And so, what does Jiminy Cricket do?
He chirps a lot. Of
Well, he
course.
chirps
Haven't
a
you ever
lot.
seen a Disney movie? He sings too, dances.
Very nice.
Sharp dresser.
Well, everybody loves a sharp dressed cricket.
Absolutely. He's come on and I've kind of, if you want to call it an interview, I've spoke with him.
Well,
Now there's another
I've
campaign I want to show some love to and show the trailer to, even though it's choppy. I'll do the best I can, folks.
He's 898 now.
A little Bayo War.
What's that?
We will march into the night. Let the fear sink in their eyes. We will roar our battle cries. The oath we shall carry strong. Rally up the swords and shields. Fight into the bloodiest fields. For the honor high decree. The heavens is on our side. We will march into the night. Let the fear sink in their eyes. We will roar our battle cries. The oath we shall carry strong.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. 20. Oh, I thought you had 30%. Now it says 29. What the hell? You're at 30%, aren't you, Vic? He's muted. There's Bayo War right there. So what's on your agenda today, Mike? What are you doing? this afternoon? Besides being on here.
Well, I'm right. I'm here talking
No,
to you now
no need to kick him.
and
No need
engaging
to
with
kick
the
him.
chat, and also subscribing to Jiminy Cricket's great channel.
Oh,
And
yeah, great channel.
He's now over 900 subscribers.
Ooh, awesome. Way to go,
Yeah.
Jiminy. Now
It's,
that's
well,
some promoting.
Hey, Rex, it's the power of your show.
Well, I'm
There
not
it
going to
is.
get that big head.
Well,
I mean,
I already
it's
have one.
awesome.
No need to get one.
He was at 898,
Just
Rex,
saying.
and now he's at 906.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was muted.
Oh, did you have a whole discussion with yourself then?
You asked me a question and I'm answering it, and then like right in the middle of my answer, you're like, what's going on with you, Mike?
Right. We didn't hear any of that.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I apologize for that.
No, what happened was somebody
I did say Vic was muted.
What happened was somebody who had bought the original tier refunded and bought the sketch tier.
Okay.
So yeah, we're 29%,
So
30%.
Well, that was more money for you, wasn't it?
We were, yes, but it wasn't. So before they refunded their first purchase, which was the original book, right? That we were over 30%, but then they refunded the original book, and because they bought the sketch tier, and that brought it down to 29%.
Thanks to you, Jiminy. I hope to have you on. I've sent you a few links sometimes, but I guess you've been unavailable. I would like to have you back on and talk with you. I know you're the elusive cricket. What'd you say, Vic?
Gable, that hurts, but you're right.
Yeah, he's the best art streamer on YouTube. Wow. And James just says, okay, I subbed. Or maybe he's excited about it. I don't know. Okay, I subbed. Which is it, James? Who said that? Yeah, Jiminy Cricket. Boom! Yeah, boom. Yeah, 900.
Now
pretty
he's
close
really,
to getting monetized.
Close to getting monetized, yeah.
Yeah.
That last 100 will be easy to pick up too.
Why?
Because when you go around telling people that you only need X amount to monetization, and it's like within 100,
right?
People will go, oh yeah,
they want to put you over the top, yeah,
right, and they'll be like, yeah, I'll do that, yeah, no problem,
yeah.
And so that last 100 will be easy to pick up. It's just getting that 800 to 900 must have been hell though.
Yeah.
Well,
I have 3,879 public watched hours, and maybe after this, I'll even have more. Of course, YouTube requires 4,000 hours, so getting pretty close to that. Like you said, Vic, that's the easy part, but at least I've defeated that evil. Pretty close. And when I get to a stream that will go over 4,000, we'll celebrate.
I have over 124,000 watch hours.
Wow, that's amazing because you've only been doing it since October.
Yeah, you think I'd be monetized just
now? I think I created my account either in August or October of last year. I'd have to look, but I really didn't start putting content up till about January, I think it was, and that was because Apex Comics says, challenged me. He said, I want you to put up 2 videos by next Saturday. So in about a week's time, less than a week, and I had him 6 by that time. So yeah, hit the ground running. Was averaging about 2 a day. Pale Rider says, I want to get monetized with hardly any content. Yeah, that would be cool. If you can do it and package it and sell it, yeah. Jiminy Cricket says, I'll be giving away 10 free pieces of original art when I reach 1,000 subs. So subscribe to my art channel. It's free.
Woohoo!
Okay, will that be just to the subscribers that got you there? and you'll be kind of pulling it at random. Yeah, I'll hold a live stream in the next few days to randomly select the winner of some original art. Okay, so that's just random, make sure my name's in the hat. Just saying. I'd like a chance to win.
Well, you got 1 in 100 chance right there. If you've got 1,000 subscribers, you got 10 pieces of art. That's pretty good odds right there.
Is his math correct, Vic? Yeah, just sub to me, Pale Rider says. I believe I already am, but I'll double check here.
It's who's
Absolutely. It doesn't cost you anything to sub to somebody. If you don't want the notification, oh, I'm not subscribed to you, but I am now, Pale Rider. Oh, yeah. I am now.
Don't forget to catch me and Jiminy's new show called King Killers, where we go throughout history to discuss the death of great kings across civilizations.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah.
Say, Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have, if you have 1,000 people and you got 10 pieces of art, you divide the 1,000 by 10, you got 100. So you got 1 in 100 chance of winning.
Okay, well, I just ran out of fingers of toes to count by. I was,
Okay.
I was not really wanting to take you on your word.
He's actually just going to go down and look at the viewer base, and out of the first 50, he's going to pick 10 random. So it's even less than that,
Could be.
All right. Yeah, we had featured some of Pale Rider's art the other day. Mike, were you in the stream where we were showing some of his artwork?
Yeah, his paintings.
Yeah, his paintings.
Yes,
he
very
works.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, he works on a large scale with some of these things.
Yeah, one was like 8 by 10 feet. Like massive.
Yeah, on the side.
Kind of like a mural.
Now this is going to be the back of on the back of the Natverse book.
That's nice. That's a nice piece there.
Yeah. And just for you people, because we have a pretty good audience right now, it's showing 16 in here. So I just wanted everybody to see some of Pale Rider's art and feature his art once again. It's free content, so why not? And it is good work. And if you don't know what Pale Rider looks like, then there he is, I guess. Or is it really? But yeah, it's kind of different. Bit large acrylic paintings. Let me select another one here. Yep. Really like this. I think you'd like that one, Horror Mike, with the coloring and everything. It has that green, bluish, maroon horror element to it.
I know what that is. That's the cathedral at Jackson Square in New Orleans.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to go there all the time.
You're welcome, Pale Rider. Yeah, over 50 subs, as Jack Stafford says, Apparently Death Busher hasn't seen them. I won't show the Biden piece again, though. Here's that large one that Horror Mike was talking about. And it even wraps around that corner because I think that's starting to bend there on the end. I'm not sure. I think so. If you follow that line down by his knees, it kind of curves around. So,
or it's just a distorted photo.
Yeah. The world may never know.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in New Orleans. There's a ton of
murals and stuff.
Oh yeah, they're all over the place. You know that guy Banksy, that artist?
Banksy,
British artist Banksy.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, not by name. I may have seen his stuff.
Yeah, he does those. He's kind of a sneaky little bastard, and by night he goes in and he does these, amazing stencil type murals. And he's got several in New Orleans. That's why I bring him up.
And it says, go back, Bayo whore, only on Indie Homo.
Boy,
Oh,
that's,
man.
you know,
That's cutting, is it?
some people are just bitter and petty. I'll tell you.
He just wants to be funny. That's all. Yeah. Awesome work. Large scale. Very ambitious. Must take a lot of paint, you know, to do those things. Not an easy thing to work large scale like that. Not everyone has the vision to do that, really. Did I just hear somebody say, I love you, man?
Yeah, we're on the streets. Yeah.
I love you, man. Wow. Okay.
Tree Goblin knows Banksy. It might be that he might be the most known artist. I don't know. He is rather famous.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate graffiti art and mural and whatnot.
That mural is on the outside of Mariners Inn on the North Shore.
Now, this is coming out. I'll get this. Looks interesting to me to celebrate. This is what I was talking about, Vic. To celebrate Stan Lee's 100th birthday, to mark his 100th birthday. These are some of the sort of what if stories that he did for Marvel. What if Stan Lee wrote Batman? That's Batman toward the bottom. That looks like a bat. What if Stan Lee wrote Green Lantern, which is above him? That was by Dave Gibbons. What if he wrote Superman? That's him off to the right up top flying. That was done by John Buscema. The others I'm not sure about, but so they're going to put them all in one book. I think that's pretty cool
Nice. Yeah.
because they do have good designs. You know, I don't know
Well,
who the
Batman was
artist.
pretty cool.
I don't know who the artist is for that. I know Joe Kubert did the Batman story. I have a few of those. I had the Wonder Woman one as well. I can't remember who the artist was on that. If looking at the art style a little up close, I would say it looks like that artist. I don't know if it's Brian Hitch, but they used to do the Ultimate books back in the day. Oh, I bet you it's Casey. What's his name? Big John Casey.
I don't know.
Excuse me. DC honors that would have been his 100th birthday with a massive special release project based on massive special release project. Well, hopefully it's just a one shot. Let's see if his name here. It says Jerry Orlando, but it's not totally. Kevin McGuire, Kelly Jones, Kyle Holtz, Michael, Mark Wade. Yeah, might be writing some of it. I don't know. Interesting. Maybe they'll give us something good, huh? Now, the other day, a meteorite, burned up in the atmosphere, which was quite dramatic over Scotland. But since Margot's not in here, I'm not going to share that. Maybe I'll do a coffee stream earlier tomorrow, not later tomorrow, and share that footage. Margot usually comes in those early coffee streams that I've been doing of late. I think I've done about 3 of them. I thought I had some more golden age. I think I had to look at my profile pictures, Mike. You were always like those things I kind of come up with. The pulp covers and
Yeah, I think that your Devil Flyer's got a Golden Age kind of angle.
well, I've heard that. The first time I heard that was on back in November on Pop XP on Billy Tucci's channel, Niles and Billy Tucci's channel, and they kind of grouped me with another gentleman. I was set to be on with Pedro that did the animation that you
Right.
saw and did my trailer, did Apex's trailer. Has his own book out now, but and there was Dan Pleagle, but I didn't get on them. I got paired with this other guy, and it was fortunate for me because I had half the show. I had the first part of the show, and then he had the next half because he had a Kickstarter that was ending, and I was just launching my ash can, or had just launched. I can't remember, but it was kind of a nobody. So it was, and then the next week when they had everybody else on, they had like 5 people on. They got 4 or 5 minutes apiece. They didn't get very much time at all to shield their stuff, and I got like half a show. So I was very fortunate in that.
And so what? Okay, so then what? I mean, so people were saying that it had a golden
Age, and that's kind of what he did. He made a show like it was based on Golden Age.
Oh, cool.
Because the other guy, his Kickstarter was probably I can't remember if it was like public domain characters or what, but
yeah,
it definitely had a thing to it,
somebody
feel to it.
was doing a Indiegogo or Kickstarter with like the Black Terror and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's relatively new. Maybe it's the same guy.
Well, we need, we've been streaming for a while, so we need to have a commercial. Pizza Hut.
Well, there you go.
Forces are attracting people to Pizza Hut. It's the Marvel Comics X-Men video with a mini comic.
I have that, by the way.
And trading card, all for only $4.99 with any pizza purchase.
Oh, that's a great commercial.
Oh, I'll wrap that up.
Exclusively at Pizza Hut. Full forces are attracting.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Man, Pizza Hut used to be so cool. And and remember they did the Rocketeer 3D comic book?
Yeah.
You could get it Pizza Hut and had like the Rocketeer 3D glasses. They did that one. They're really cool.
Yeah, I really, Pizza Hut is still popular, like where I go down to work, they're like probably the number 1 pizza provider in that town.
Yeah, they got, hey, Rex, they got Pizza Huts in Peru, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, they're all over.
Yep.
Yeah, they just don't. A lot of them aren't they don't have the restaurants. A lot of them don't have like the restaurants anymore. They have they're like a
takeout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they don't have seated where you can sit down, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you go. It's not like the big, huge family restaurants.
Burger King.
Yeah.
They're owned
like small.
Whoever that. Who's the owner there, Vic? It's like Pizza Hut, Burger King. All of those are owned by the same conglomerate.
Oh, are they? Okay.
It's Pizza Hut. It's Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and
Burger King, right?
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
There you go. They're all owned by Globo Chemical Corporation.
Right. Yeah.
This is what I was talking about, Mike. Power
it's pretty cheap.
Comics. Yeah. It was January 6th. Let's see.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's yeah, okay. Oh,
Pop
cool. Look
XP.
at that.
I was on Indiegogo. He was on,
Shit, this thing is
Kickstarter.
classic.
So, we really had the new golden age of creators, crowdfunding comics.
Masters.
Yeah,
That's
Mr.
what you're talking about, Masters.
Yeah, Masters. Power Comics Group. And then there's my little ash can that I was touting at the time. The pop culture experience, pop.
Jack Stafford was right though. The big company is Pepsi. Pepsi's the one that owns Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, pitcher of beer. Used to be sit down, pitcher of beer, pizza in the middle on a pedestal. Yeah.
Power Comics.
You
There
can't.
it is.
Now, what kind of pizza do you like, Mike? Is it thin crust? Is it deep dish? Is it Chicago? Is it New York? What kind of pizza do you like, Mike? Or
All
do
of
you
it.
like pizza? All of
Oh,
it.
I love it. Yeah, every damn type of pizza, as long as it's good. Like New York style pizza is fantastic.
Yeah.
And you know how you go, man. When I was doing that Haunted Thrills and interviewing those people in New York, I just went literally to those little hole in the wall pizza places
Right.
in New York,
Yeah.
which are the best.
Yeah.
You go in there, you get your huge slice of pizza for like $2, and just awesome stuff. Now, I'm sure there's a debate with everybody as far as like what is the best pizza chain
Right.
for takeout and delivery.
Well, it
What do you think,
depends,
Rex?
if you like a little sauce or you like a lot of sauce. Like Papa John's, they had a lot of sauce.
I like Papa John's though.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a hell of a pizza.
Yeah.
We have. Do you guys have Hungry Howie's over there?
No, I've never heard it. How about
Okay.
you, Vic?
No, I haven't heard of it either.
It's a
Yeah.
southern chain. Now it's you can get various styles, but I get the thin crust on that, and it's good. I mean, I don't know. It's better than, for instance, Little Caesars. That's about. I know you got to have Little Caesars around there somewhere. Which are
Yeah, we got
Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Yes, we have Little Caesars. Yes.
yeah, and that's the pizza.
pizza.
I will get that if there's nothing around.
Sure.
It's just that like Domino's.
Oh yeah.
For me, Domino's and Pizza Hut just suck.
Now
Anyway.
here's Donald Trump eating stuffed crust pizza.
I really think this is the right thing for us to be doing, Ivana.
What do people think?
Oh my God.
No.
Ivana. It's wrong, isn't it?
But it feels so right.
And it's a deal?
Yes, we eat our pizza the wrong way.
Crust first.
Introducing stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. With a ring of cheese baked into a totally new, thinner crust, you'll want to eat it the wrong way. Crust first.
May I have the last slice?
Actually, you're only entitled to half.
Large, just $9.99.
Damn. Boy, he got around, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
All kinds of shit. Hey, do you
Yeah.
guys ever have Shakey's pizza?
Shakey's. Now,
Shakey's.
I think I've eaten. Not
Shakey's.
really around, but I've heard of Shakey's. I've probably eaten at Shakey's, but I don't know where. I haven't heard of Shakey's in a long time.
Yeah, they're around. There was also Round Table pizza.
Thanks, Jack, for
which was
turning me
really
on
good.
to that clip. Make that man
Casey's
president.
pizza? Now, Jack, is that Casey's Pizza? Is that a national chain or?
Yes, he is in Home Alone. And they have released, like, they've been censoring that out of the movie of late. Yes. Revisionist history.
Round Table pizza, Rex.
Round
it's
Table
about.
Pizza. Not heard of Round Table Pizza.
Yeah, it was kind of like you walked in, kind of had like a Camelot kind of setting
Yeah.
in there,
Oh,
you
okay.
know, and really great pizza.
We
That's
have
great.
Pizza Inn, Chucky's Pizza, finally. Pizza Hut. Well, the one I just mentioned with the sauce, Papa John's.
Papa John's, of course.
Who else? Now we have some others. We have some.
Yeah, Godfathers. Jack
Sort of.
Jack is
No,
saying
I never had
Godfathers.
Godfathers, but I do
That
remember
was good.
Godfather commercials.
Yeah.
Domino's, we've got Domino's. Yeah. Now, do you like a thick crust or a thin crust? What's your preference? Hand tossed.
Amateur Ant says, I call Little Caesars Little Caesars because it sucks. We used to call it Little Seizures because it would
It
clog
used
your
to.
arteries.
I think it used to be better than it is now. We also have a CC's Pizza.
CC's.
Or
Yep.
did have. I don't know if we still do.
CC's was like, I mean, it was kind of trash pizza because it was
cardboard.
Like,
yeah. But
it
now
was
they
cardboard.
made barbecue pizza.
If you got it fresh, it was good. Like if you went to the because they did it the buffet bar style, so you go up and
all you could eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had barbecue pizza, which I like.
You just had to wait for them to put the fresh pizza out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Generally around here it goes so quick it's pretty fresh. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of frozen pizzas that are pretty good too.
Yeah.
I forget what the hell they are. They're like Jesus, I forget.
Papa John's.
There's Red Baron, there's Jack's, there's
DiGiorno's.
DiGiorno.
Yeah, DiGiorno's.
Yeah, I think DiGiorno's pretty good.
You pay a little bit more.
Frozen pizza.
Hey, Blue Sasquatch. Pizza Hut used to have a square Sicilian style. Best I've ever had from a chain. They never keep the good stuff. Yeah.
You can buy Pizzeria Uno pizzas in the grocery store and bake them in your oven at home, and they're delicious.
Pizzeria Uno.
Yeah. They're the Chicago deep dish pizza.
Never heard of Round Table or Woodstock.
Okay.
Never heard of those.
Then there's like what, Godfathers or something like that.
Yeah, Godfathers is
they're horrible.
Screaming
Godfathers
something.
and Papa John's are the worst tasting pizza I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, really. No pizza is better than the square Totino's for $1.50.
I was gonna say, man, we used to get Totino's for like $1.
Yeah.
The frozen ones, because when you're drunk and stoned,
and you can get the bites too, the frozen bites.
You know how much they charge for a Totino's pizza at my bodega?
$3.
No,
they want like $8 for them.
What?
Yeah.
Kill
highway robbery.
No way. It's outrageous. For toxic crap that doesn't taste good.
With non-dairy cheese.
Oh, definitely. It's synthetic or something.
Well,
probably.
Totino's is still better than Elio's.
Yeah. I can only sink so low and you try and save your soul.
Elio's is like that square, like school lunch pizza used to look like it.
Oh right?
God. Now they give them like freaking wonderful fucking Italian pan pizza, fucking.
I do too, Jack. Definitely Tony's stopped making regular hamburger. It had some fennel spice or something on it. Yeah. Crave that all the time. It wasn't sausagey, hard to explain. Yeah, I know. I wondered why I hadn't seen a burger in a while. Yeah. Dave says, yep, it's really nasty. It's really nasty. I don't know why that's funny, but I'm laughing. It is funny. Yeah. Some of that, pizza can be nasty tasting. You get anything in the mail lately, Mike?
Oh, those Wrath of the Spectre.
Yeah.
And I got a few,
Screaming
not
Sicilian.
too
Yeah.
long ago, I got a few Cyberfrogs.
Yeah, if you go to Walmart, they've got all kinds of like big Sasquatch. I don't know, just all kinds of different names for pizza. People throwing their hat in the ring, vying at Walmart, with some pretty wild box designs or names, it seems
Oh,
like.
yeah.
I just want a pepperoni pizza I've always wanted to say, here's the cash. Take it out of my hands. Give me quadruple cheese on it. You never get that. You would think that cheese is expensive and gold and leaf, and they don't want to. You can say, look, here's the cash. I want as much. I want a mound, and you
Oh,
never get that. I have never had a pizza place. Here's your pizza, and you're going, what the?
Well, for a while,
You never get it.
Little Caesars had the $5 like pepperoni, large pepperoni
Oh,
pizza,
cool.
and that was great for $5. I'll tell you, that was you go pick it up, hell.
Yeah, Mexican style. Yeah, some of those Mexican style. Yeah. I was shocked when I went down Florida, and they had that the beer that has the 2 X's on it,
Dos Equis.
Yeah.
Equis.
Yeah, and I drunk everybody under the table. I went down there with $1.80 in my pocket, and I kept telling them, "Can I have a stipend? Can you give me an advancement on what I'm earning?" Because I was down there, I earned like $1,700 in a week, and I didn't spend any of it because yeah, I'll get that to you. Never did. The last day, we went. They were sending me home because I'd ticked the girl off that was over the thing. She had just come from Texas because the hurricane. That was the year the hurricane hit Florida and then hit Texas. I think that's the way it
Okay,
happened.
what were you doing in Florida, Rex?
Spraying for mosquitoes.
I'm sorry, spraying for mosquitoes. Okay.
Yeah, it took me 17 and a half hours. Of course, we went down and picked up a hand pump in Jackson, Mississippi, and then we drove the coast up, to around to Gainesville, and
Yeah.
we kind of while I was there for the whole week, we stayed in the same motel. They were saying we may have to relocate. We're taking this day by day. Well, the next to last day I was there, I and the other guy uh, were the first down there, and she based. We did over 50 actual spray miles. You had to at least drive double that to get that much spray miles. A pretty good night's work. So she based on it. Nobody ever came close to us. I drove. He navigated the trail on his phone, and we were a great team. And they were giving us hell. Well, you may not get, you might get half your pay or something because there's 2 of you in the truck. You might not get full pay, bonus pay, and all. It was like, come on, man. And we wound up getting it anyway, thankfully. But and we deserved it. We were working our asses off. But it was spraying from dusk to dawn. We were spraying Malathion, which is pretty. And the reason they sent us down there or asked for volunteers to drive trucks was the beekeepers were up in arms because they were doing some daytime aerial spraying. Before I even knew that I would be down there spraying in Florida, uh, I had seen that actually on national news that the beekeepers were up in arms in Florida about that, and I don't blame them. Their bees can be killed by that, especially if they're spraying Malathion. I doubt they were spraying Malathion from the planes, though.
You know who was doing a signing right around that time?
Who?
And had a precarious incident. She got chased by a bunch of bees.
Absolutely, Jack.
Jodie Whittaker.
Jodie Whittaker.
Jodie Whittaker.
She's the really hot Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, she's that fabulous Doctor Who.
Oh my God, they both had to leave.
Oh,
We don't like Jodie Whittaker around here, and I don't care who knows. Hey, Hex Allen. Ahoy, amigos.
I like to say Jodie Whittaker.
Absolutely. If the bees go, we go. Absolutely. I agree. Remember all the bees are dying? Yeah.
Gable says more Jodie Whittaker talk.
If I could kick him,
That
I guess I
wants
could
to
block
well,
him.
gladly.
I wouldn't do that. Well, anyway, to finish my story, which is almost done, so
There's
bear
Hex
with me.
Allen.
We went. Who's Hex Allen?
He's here.
Oh yeah, he's here. Yeah. Don't forget to catch me and Rex's new show called Wacky for Whittaker, where we discuss the greatest doctor, the beautiful Jodie Whittaker. Hey, okay, back to my story. I'm gonna get in trouble. So we went down to Gainesville and sprayed, and she didn't renew my room. I said I was down here first. What do you mean? At first, we were getting very little sleep, and this girl was not doing her job. You talk about an ass kisser, because we went where we got our chemical was from the main disease control or whatever, where they had the chemicals or whatever, right? That deals with that type of stuff. And you talk,
Okay.
and she had a PhD and whatnot, very young in her 20s, but smart individual. But you could tell she was, I'm going to climb this ladder, and become somebody within this. And that was nothing wrong with that. That's fine, no problem. But we were the first ones down there, and she didn't. And so the desk calls me and says, you got checkout times at 11. Checkout time? What do you mean? So I had like 4 hours sleep. Remember, we're spraying from dusk to dawn all night long. We're going hard at it, right? So and she would wake us up nearly every day saying, we're going to have a meeting downstairs about 8 in the morning. So make sure you're there, And then she would call later and wake you up again. If you could even go back to sleep, the thing of it was you were working. You're so wired, you couldn't go back to sleep. Once you're up, And so you're working on a deficit of sleep the whole week, And she would do that continuously. I don't think we had one meeting. There might have been a meeting later, but not one scheduled where she called you. And anyway, it was a cluster, I think we had a meeting maybe when the new drivers came in, but that was like later in the evening, and we were well rested at that point because like I said, it took us 17 and a half hours to get down there. We probably got a good 8 hours sleep. I can't remember, but I was wired the whole time. And, she was like, well, the guy down at the desk, he said you were kind of a little bit snippy or what, or, I don't know what she said,
Loopy.
well, I mean, and I was like, hey, I was nice to him. It's just like, man, you called me, wake me up. This isn't my problem. She's supposed to renew my room. She didn't do her job. And I told her, she's like, well, these are emergency situations. Pull that crap on me. If we have to sleep on the floor, I said, hey, man, I'm all for that if I have to. This was just avoidable. It was you not doing your job. Next day, I'm gone. That's fine.
So
and I texted her back. I said, great working for you. Hope we can do it again. I didn't burn my bridge behind me. I wasn't mean-spirited about it. And I knew I wasn't going to be down there forever. But
how long were you down
there? 7 days.
Oh, 7 days.
And so we went to Texas Roadhouse. That's before we had one here in town. And I'd never been to a Texas Roadhouse. And I lived on continental breakfast and the food I took down there with me the whole time. because I had no money and they weren't getting me any money, so it was like, I may do. I think one time Richard or my co or somebody bought me a meal, but that was about it. And so, uh, the bad part about that was I got out to urinate because often you do, you get out somewhere remote,
Yeah.
you just do it out in nature, you hop back in the truck and you start back to work. Oh, there you go. It looks the things Vic does to entertain himself when he's not drawing. I put my phone, which is a black phone, it was a flip phone, on the railing, and the railing's black. So I
Yeah.
did my business, forgot my phone, drove off and left it. I had to come back and buy a smartphone, which was about the only thing you could get. And I went on the cheap, so that was over $100. I was so pissed off, but I had the money to do it. So,
Well, at least they paid you.
oh yeah, they eventually paid me, and I did get the bonus pay, like we were talking about. For
That's
for
good.
responding to a disaster or whatever.
Right.
I was surprised at the gated community. Everything seemed gated there around that area, and we went like an hour below Gainesville, deeper into Florida.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where, but
Probably Ocala.
that's where we.
Somewhere in there.
I know the very first night around Gainesville, they have I think it's the third largest prison. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It had like 10 big, large complexes there, big prison system. And I've been to prisons, but nothing that big. That was
Well,
incredible.
there was a famous mass murder case in Gainesville. I don't know if you recall that, but it was a serial killer, was killing off like co-eds
Yeah. Yeah.
from the university.
Yeah.
And this went on for a while. It was like they just couldn't catch this guy.
So, Mike, if my mother passes away, I'll probably get a place in Texas, and I'll probably get a place in Florida. Where would you recommend in Florida?
Oh, well, it depends on what you're really into. Like
Right.
I'm in North Florida, so that
Yeah.
means that there is a little bit of a season up
Yeah.
here. We
Uh-huh.
don't get snow, but it does get cold.
Uh-huh.
If you go south, like south of Gainesville,
Mhm.
there's just kind of really no season. I mean, it's always warm,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, one of those girls drove up from the Keys. She had
Yeah,
quite a drive,
yeah.
to
And
get
then
up
of
to
course,
where we were.
right. And the further you go, it's well, it gets a little more humid, and obviously hotter and more humid down there. Um, it kind of depends on what you want, you know. Like, do you want coastal?
Oh, I know you even have ranching like cowboys down there.
Oh yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that in Florida, but
We got the Florida Everglades, of
yeah.
course, and I mean, I go kayaking out here in Gator Lake.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Do,
really cool.
do you have it where if you flip over,
You're
where you
dead.
got a
You're eaten
quick,
by gators.
you're
No,
dead?
I'm kidding.
Oh yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gators are. I mean, they're just swimming around. They don't attack. You know.
What did you see that? I wish I had the footage. Did you see that? It made national news. This guy, it's got a stogie. He's an old shorter guy, whatever. He had a little puppy. The gator now, which was a smaller gator, right? Come
Yeah.
up and got the puppy, took it under the water. He's sloshing around. He grabbed that gator up so quick. He grabbed that gator and got that puppy out of its mouth, and it limped away. And he, but his stogie was all wet, and everything. He was wet. It was so
Yes.
funny. And
Yes.
it was on national news. I think the dog needed a few stitches or whatever, but he went right in after that gator to get his
Yeah,
dog.
I
Yeah,
remember that story.
yeah,
Yeah, man, there's always some kind of gator incident, of some sort,
yeah.
going on. I mean, and you do hear about, occasional attacks, but that's, it's bound to happen. The thing about Florida is that, there's wild monkeys, there's
Oh, is
alligators.
there?
Oh yeah, there's
Was
wild
that
monkeys.
from like pets that were released?
Yeah, what happened is this guy in an area, in
Yeah,
Florida, like on the close to the East Coast, kind of mid Florida, back in the 20s, I believe.
right.
He let loose a bunch of monkeys in this like wild area,
Yeah,
as an attraction,
uh-huh.
and of course they multiplied and
Yeah,
they never left.
yeah.
They thrive in
But
this
they
area.
don't
So,
they don't hurt anybody, right?
no, I haven't heard of any attack. No.
Yeah,
But you got your monkeys, you
yeah,
got gators, you got pumas. Pumas are down here.
yeah.
The big
Well, I
black
mean, it is a
cat.
swampy area. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Boas and I guess pythons and shit.
Yeah, that's I mean, with a python and some that can get like catfish can get as large as their food source. Some of these pets being released or these exotic animals, they have a new thing from China. It's almost I'm suspicious about that. Of course, we heard about killer bees coming over the border. They used to be the thing. Now it's people, you know. But it was killer bees. It was velvet or fire ants. Remember the fire ants in
Oh
the
shit, the
70s?
fire ants. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all over the place.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they migrate. I mean, we did not have armadillos for a long time. Now they're, I see one just about every night. Well, I can't say that, but I occasionally see one
yeah.
because they
Well,
migrated up through Texas and Mexico.
when I was a kid growing up in Mississippi, there was an incident because we had fire ant mounds in the
Yeah.
swamps that were 3 to 4 feet high. And this one little girl, she was like 6 years old, fell into one and died. I mean, she was just literally bitten to death. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, you can imagine. I mean, it would be like, and that would be a fairly horrifying death. Definitely.
Yes, Vic? Yes, Victor?
Huh?
Yeah. As Allie says, yes, Victor.
Why? What?
Did you have something to say?
No, no. I was humming to my
Oh,
phone.
okay.
Um, I
Were
didn't.
you listening to music that we couldn't hear? Is that it?
No. I was listening to the sound of like you have accounts for things and they take money out of your accounts automatically.
Uh-huh.
And so I just saw the last of my money go out the door.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, oh.
Well, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but Pure Talk. I was going to go with Pure Talk as a provider for my phone. And I set it up and I told them all along the line, I don't have my phone yet. I wound up ordering my phone from them. They wound up taking like in 4 months, like the $80 out. And I'm like, they charged me for it. And I was like, you're charging the automatic setup, the card every month, but I don't have service. Oh yeah, you've been activated. I said, how can I be activated for that portion of time? I didn't have a phone because I got my phone from you, and they didn't fix it. So I said, take me off right now. She goes, do you have any other questions? I said, yeah, I got another question. She cut me off. They got to go through these questions. They don't care if you answer them or not.
Right. No, yeah. For me, it wasn't that. It was I don't have my phone set up on automatic withdrawal, but other things I kind of have to, like Clip Studio and shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have my phone set up like that because
Well, what took your money out? What was it for, if you don't mind me asking?
all right, so I got hit with two at once.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
It hurts when you can't schedule it, for what it, know that it's going to come out. That's why I
yeah.
don't like about Kickstarter at all. I couldn't deal with that. Kickstarter taking it out months later. Hell no.
Yeah, let me take a look. Oh, oddly enough, one was Clip Studio. One of them was Clip Studio.
Clip Studio.
The big one
Now,
was
Clip Studio is what? Tell Mr. Ignorance here.
the big one was Xfinity. The
And what are both of those? I'm ignorant.
Xfinity is my internet.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to have that.
And Clip Studios is the digital program that I clean up my scans and stuff with.
Oh, okay.
So it's a monthly thing.
Yeah, that's hard.
Don't forget to tune in for me and Vic's new show,
The newest Star Wars adventure, Andor, is streaming this Wednesday only on Disney Plus. Andor.
I don't know. Somebody said it's going to be woke. The ads didn't look woke, and it's made by the people who made Rogue One, so I was kind of hopeful.
Yeah.
The ads look pretty cool, and it being made by the people who made the only decent Disney Star Wars movie.
Right.
But I don't know. Somebody said it's going to be woke, so
probably so. Most things are.
I'll check it out. But
Yeah. Did Werewolf by Night look good to you?
Werewolf by Night looks good. I haven't watched it. I don't know when it comes out.
Right.
Werewolf by Night.
Yeah. Werewolf by Night with Man Thing.
That trailer. I think they're going to drop another trailer.
How do you know when they're going to drop it, though? Usually on the weekend, like you said?
Because usually they don't waste any time.
Yeah.
Right after the first trailer, it's within 2 weeks.
Yeah, like a teaser. They first send out like a little teaser trailer.
So I got to get going because I got to try and reach out to a couple people, and if not, I got to start a stream and try and sell some commissions.
Yeah.
But thank you for having me on.
No problem. No problem. Always a pleasure.
Got caught up in a weird food conversation, but
Well, I mean, I like to discuss pizza and food and things,
Yeah, well, everybody likes pizza.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll catch you later, Rex, and I'll catch you later, or Mike. Peace, guys.
Okay, Vic. Enjoy your weekend.
Well, I'll be on Apex tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'll see you then. Take care. Now
hey,
it's
Rick,
just me and Horror Mike.
Check it out.
Horror Mike's empty room.
This is a coverless copy.
Yeah.
Of the Shadow from Shadow Comics.
So that's just the cover.
No, well, it's the whole comic. It's coverless, no cover.
Oh, okay. So that is the splash page.
Right. It's the interior.
Wow, that could be a cover all in its own.
It could be, but this is from 1941.
Yeah. Wow. That could double as a cover. That's an awesome splash page.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Here, I had to take it out of the there we go.
Very cool. Now I really have some respect for you. Crime does not pay. Yeah.
Crime does not pay.
That a lot of people won't touch a coverless comic, but I used to be a prude like that when I was younger. But I have several coverless comics,
Oh yeah.
Like I say, if it's a rare book and
now, here's a rare Golden Age, the Hooded Wasp.
Yeah, now that's cool.
Is that cool or what, man?
The Hooded Wasp. Wow.
1941.
Yeah. Now,
There it
Silver
is.
Boa, I don't know, that Hooded Wasp looked like he might have had those flared out riding pants. I wasn't sure. But
Oh, okay.
that's the way I designed Silver Boa, was with those flared out 30s type riding pants that Buster Crabbe used to have in Flash Gordon and things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it made sense, if this guy was going to be like a grappler and he was going to be like a python or something like that, a boa constrictor, that he would, wrap somebody up. He would need a little bit more costume, in that area, maybe, to be able to. Yeah, since we're talking about 1941, I'll show my big shot from November, which that's my birth month, November, Steve Ditko's birthday, November 2nd, Day of the Dead.
There.
November 1941, big shot number 19, America's Finest Comic Features. Another sensational action-packed episode, The Face. He was kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde type character.
What was that one?
Looked like Mr. Hyde. The one I showed you the other day from November 1941, big shot.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, The Face. Yeah.
That is just a great one right there, man.
Yeah, he looks ghoulish, red lips, green face. Yeah. Joe Palooka, the Skyman, Captain Devil Dog, Spy Chief, Sparky Watts, Charlie Chan, and Rocky Ryan, all in big shot from November 1941. Oh, yeah. One of the Golden Age books I have. It's hero oriented. What are we having now? Obviously, that's not yogurt.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese. Jack says 1941 was a great year. That is the year that the Hindenburg crashed into the Titanic at Pearl Harbor on 9/11 with polio.
Yes.
No, I'm not buying that one.
Well, now the Shadow Comics, of course, was published by Street and Smith. And so I wonder how many Golden Age like superhero characters Street and Smith had. Obviously, they had that, a few of them.
They may have had the big three. They may have had the Shadow and Doc Savage. And
okay, yeah.
Trying to think,
But now those were derived from the pulp.
The pulp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to the superhero things, I think that the superhero genre that they have owe a lot to the pulps for sure, for paving the way. For paving the way.
Yes.
But yeah, I would like to do the way I've set up the story in Devil Flyer is, and I kind of like that because it's like not just the Devil Flyer story, but it's also Grave Tales and Crawl Space and Second Skin and Inner Man and Sea Demon. It's different stories, but it's all going to condense down into one story eventually. It'll all be connected. You can enjoy it just as a one shot, and in fact, I anticipate that a lot of people will get this and go, "Well, that was a good one-off short story." Yeah, but you'll see those characters again more than likely. It'll work in, even though it was presented as like a straight horror, one and done story like you used to see in the comics a lot. No, it's going to be all interconnected. These characters are going to reoccur. And show up again.
Rex, you should you should keep the Devil Flyer as a consistent character.
Well, the way I told you what I was going to do was the first one's going to have 6 stories, and then the next one, number 2, will have 5, and number 3 will have 4. 3, 2, 1, till it all becomes just Devil Flyer. one big Devil Flyer story, 48 pages. And that'll be the big climactic battle, that they're getting up to, because he will eventually meet these other heroes and consolidate them to fight a greater evil. And that's what I'll say about that right now. But that's what we're going for. But in the meantime, after Devil Flyer #1, some of those characters that were in Devil Flyer #1 will be in Silver Boa, but it'll be mostly about Silver Boa and those characters. There's going to be maybe 2/3, the way I'm looking at it now, that may change, will be dedicated to the first Silver Boa, which is kind of retro Silver Boa set in the 30s. And then you have a modern day Silver Boa, which will be the latter part, or integrated in there somehow, about a third devoted to him in modern times. But now the way I have it set up is that due to some future event, because all my stories initially are going to be set slightly in the past. Slightly in the past. That's the way it has to be, the way I have it set up. So as we're counting down, you will come up to present time. Present time. But everything's slightly set in the past. And the way I have it set up is that I can tell stories all interconnected from any time in human history. The future, maybe not, but the past, yes. I've got a great story device that I came up with, and I was wondering how I was going to do it. I've thought about this for years, so sometimes I'm a little slow on some things, but yeah.
Well, there's like a portal, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, a portal. Yeah. And I think the direction that I might take Devil Flyer in is more Golden Age, like you said, where the Golden Age characters show up on issue 7. Like I said, open up and this woman's being accosted, and the boomerang come and subdues him, and it comes back into his hands, snaps back in his hands, and they're all there and coming through the portal, the Golden Age heroes, and saying, "We're back."
Yes.
And then you give an explanation for that next issue. But yeah, I'm treating
that
it
would be
like
great.
it's kind of a monthly, even though I know I can't produce them monthly. I'm treating it kind of like, building on each other. You got Star Wars, A New Hope, you have Empire Strikes Back, and then you have the Ewok Menace, and then etc. Jar Jar Binks debacle.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully it gets better and better. Rex's story device is not an English police box. It's an English phone box. Totally different. Exactly right. If you're going to rip something off, at least make it generic. No, I don't have a TARDIS. I disavow that. But there's
TARDIS. Okay.
there's a future event that leads to that portal, and the portals can come, have different ramifications, because you're dealing with order and chaos here.
Sure.
So, yeah. In fact, I came up with this one villain that's a portal. He's a normal guy. He's walking around, right? He's jacking off, doing whatever he wants to do in his day, right? And this portal opens up within him and expands, So what does that make him into?
Oh, great.
I don't know yet, but that's where one of the portals is going to open up within somebody. It's going to have ramifications and give them
that
powers.
would be weird.
Yeah.
And so obviously the ash can is black and white. Now, when you get to in the future,
supplement,
are you going to go color?
And the supplement will be black and white.
Black and white, right?
Then
after that, or are you going to keep it black and white?
Good question. I was dealing with earlier this year. I was dealing with a colorist, and it was not working out. Now he did some work for me on trading cards and things, that was not too bad. Actually, he was kind of a trading card type colorist, really a lot better than the sequential stuff he was turning in. You know, it was a certain level, but it was not the level it needed to be. Cost wise, yeah, it'd probably be black and white. Now, not all of it. Like Doc, we're going to do some spot coloring on that on Crawl Space Hockey Story. There's a little bit of color in it. I mean, very little bit, but there is some
Okay.
because it's only a 2-pager.
Okay.
So most of it's going to be black and white, kind of grayscale, but there will be some spot coloring in it. In fact, in Gray Tales, it's going to help. The color is going to help tell the story.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting. And I just want to put out a good product. And if I get an infusion of money in the meantime while the mail up's up, I'll certainly do it. I may consider hand coloring, the pages,
Yeah.
To at least the Devil Flyer story. I think that the main feature probably should be in color.
Well, like on a future, normal book,
yeah.
Obviously you're gonna have a color cover, right?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to show you a color cover.
Oh, okay, great.
And I'll show you some interior
420.
pages. Huh?
So you just said let me check. Oh my God, I've hit 420.
Cool. Smoke
And
up.
I don't have any ganja.
Yeah.
I hit 420 subscribers.
Never admit to that. Let's see. Okay, so this is just trying to see a page here. Page 6 and 7, I believe. No, page 5 and this is page 15, 16. Okay. So I got these back from of course, I have a file here with other stuff. This was part of the dialogue. There were some things I was wanting to miss. That this is a bank robbery that the mafia is doing, right? You were talking Golden Age artwork. This is my friend John Philande's work.
Oh shit.
What?
Oh, there we go. I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at the YouTube. Oh yeah. I saw that. That's awesome.
And then here's the next page.
Yeah, you see, now that's really, really good. And that whole thing with the little inset circle at the top, logo type of, almost logo looking thing with his head.
Oh yeah, this.
Yeah, that's totally Golden Age. It's really awesome.
Yeah,
it's got that look.
That's it right there.
Yes.
Yep, that's my icon. Yep.
So now who's drawing? I guess for the majority, who's drawing the comic?
This is John Philandes. He lives around the corner from me here.
Oh, okay.
We've been friends since '82. And this is page 15. I didn't know if you had seen these or not.
Yeah, yeah. Very cool.
Where it gets shot in the neck.
All right.
And then I wanted a 2-page sort of psychedelic thing that sort of hinted at his origins. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it to me
sort of fragmented.
So this is a classic Golden Age underground comics combo.
Yeah.
Style.
Here's gonna be.
I mean that in a good way.
This might be a limited cover. I don't know. This cover that he did. I really kind of rushed him on it because I was, under the illusion we didn't have as much time and really we had all the time in the world. I was trying to get it out the door, so he would have did some work on the Trident, but he did a watercolor sort of painting.
Oh, right. Oh, now why is he blue?
Yeah, he's kind of off color on this one. He kind of made him robin blue, but it's more he's really more of an ultramarine blue and green.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he's going to change. Yeah, but he's going to change in issue 2. He sort of has an orange outfit with fire powers.
Well, you
'Cause his
see, there you go.
his
Because
costumes are going to change. His powers are going to change.
right,
You know, I was thinking Spawn Green Energy at, because he is kind
yeah.
of a resurrected Spawn like character.
Well,
Hey, AK,
the thing I would here's the thing, Rex,
digging
because
the
like for
style.
instance,
Right,
when you say Devil Flyer,
right. You think of
you're thinking,
fire.
of course, you're thinking red, orange,
Right.
red.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm going
yeah.
against type. I'm going against type.
To the what? I'm sorry.
I'm going against
Oh,
the
I got
type.
you. I got you.
Yeah. In the first issue, I'm definitely going against type.
All right.
What people would kind of envision Devil Flyer as, fire powers. And
Yeah.
when we were coloring him, we actually did 4 or 5 different versions. I think John did 4. I did a few. And I said, man, all these are great. And we agreed on that one. So
Yeah.
that's what we're going to start off with. But I said, I'm going to use these. I'm not going to make them doppelgangers. I'll just have him kind of transition and have a different costume. And then maybe have a poll out which powers, which kind of look did you like on the costume. And that's what he'll stay as, from then
Uh,
on.
that's an idea.
Yeah, and then that would be a new kind of relaunch for issue 7, like sort of a break, and 6 issues is kind of trade paperback size, although these are thicker issues, so you probably get more than a trade. It'd be a thick trade paperback if I did all 6 issues together. I mean, think about that, because number 1 is going to be larger than 48 pages. I prefer the
Oh
Devil
God.
Flyer color in the
Wow.
Avengers number 2 homage cover. Okay, I'll have to check that out.
So Rex, like
Uh-huh.
you know, uh, Devil Flyer. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you see, like, for instance, that hasn't been done before? Like a situation or like like a backdrop that Devil Flyer would be in.
Well,
Like it,
he starts off in Chicago. He was born in 1899.
right.
He fought in World War One and World War Two.
And he actually becomes Devil Flyer exactly
And
when.
Devil Flyer to me suggested like one of those bomber names.
Yeah.
You know?
So when does he become Devil Flyer? I mean, what year, I guess.
Buy my book. Buy my book.
I have.
Buy my book.
I
Oh, you have.
have.
Yeah, but I mean the full book when it comes out in
Oh,
March.
okay. I
Yeah.
mean, would you say he's like 30s or 40s?
And you know what? You only get a hint of his origins. You don't get that story. I'm still coming up with it, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
would you say 30s or 40s?
When he came, yeah, probably the
To me?
40s.
Okay, gotcha.
Shortly after, yeah.
I'm just trying to get a little bit of a,
Yeah.
image in my head.
Well, he is not a free agent. He's being controlled. And that's all I'll say.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then the inner man is more of the philosophical type. He's kind of like a Iron Fist character, martial artist, human perfectionist, can have bioblast. Like your body is full of electricity and everything, right?
Yeah.
He can fly. He meditates to kind of heal himself, which in issue 2, he gets bummed around, gets shot by this tank, by this energy tank, that fires a concentrated laser beam instead of, blast than a shell, in a scuffle, the way I've got it written. He's only a 2-page story that Dillard's drawing, and then that will expand big time in issue, because I'll be cutting stories.
Yes.
And the stories can vary from length to length anyway. I did not necessarily have to do a 29-page Devil Flyer story. That may contract, that may get larger as needed,
Right.
but it'll probably contract a little bit. 29 pages is quite lengthy. It squeezes out the backup stories, especially.
Okay.
Yeah. If I want
Well,
to keep it at 48 pages.
right. I got you.
And I think by cutting one every time, it consolidates it down and gets me to the point where I want to be. Plus, it gives, for the stories that are in it, gives them more length for development. And so I
Yeah,
think I've got a good kind of take on what I'm going to do, in the
good.
future with the book, and then kind of, like I say, go in a new direction in issue 7, but that's long into the future.
Right.
But and in the meantime, I want to show that not it's not Rex, that devil flyer guy. He's got that devil flyer character. Oh no, I've got hundreds of characters. I have a lot of characters that I want to integrate into my Marvel. Oh, did I say that? Momentum universe.
Yeah.
You get my point, or my DC universe. I want an integrated where they interact, where you don't, like in the 3rd issue. In the 2nd issue, Inner Man becomes aware because of issue 1. He becomes aware of Devil Flyer, and he says, "But I've got to go off and do this first." And he makes a comment like, "I must investigate that here pretty soon. What this Devil Flyer is about," and he will. In issue 3, you get the classic trope where the heroes meet for the very first time and fight, and then the real villain comes in, and then they team up and
Okay.
battle the real villain.
Okay. I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever considered? I'm just going to throw this out.
Mhm.
Maybe you've already considered this, just costume wise, for
Yeah.
the Devil Flyer, right?
Right.
I'm looking up something right now. I want to show you a photo.
Sure. I'm open to suggestions, design changes.
Well, this isn't changing anything really.
Right. Well, I mean, changing the color palette is changing. Every little. We'll see what you got.
Here we go. This is really cool. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that.
I wish I had some artwork at hand to show
Here
you.
we go. Now this is the type of thing I'm talking about. I'm gonna put it into the thing here.
Yeah. Private chat?
No, into the I don't, or wherever you
No,
get it.
you can share screen.
There
we go. Oh yeah, I think I saw something similar on Twitter.
Yeah, that's an iridescent cuckoo wasp.
Yeah.
And the great thing about their colors, as you
Yeah.
can see, there's a like blue, green,
Right.
like an aquamarine type of thing.
Actually,
There's
we discussed that. Ryan Cardinal
yellow.
kind of colored a little thing when I was having my colorist problems. And what you
Yeah.
do to kind of get that color is you put a yellow underlayer and then the
Yes.
green over that. And
Right.
so I think we
Exactly.
have a similar thing going on here. That's wild. Yeah.
And what it does is it gives a metallic kind of look.
Iridescent, metallic. Yeah.
Iridescent, exactly, to the actual wasp.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, it would do that to the costume.
Yeah.
So it's something. It's just when you started mentioning those colors, I just thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool.
I haven't priced things out, but might be able to do a full cover. That would really enhance the colors, or we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
This was a
Well, if you don't mind,
cuckoo wasp. Iridescent cuckoo
iridescent
wasp #1 with Janet Van Dyne. Yeah. After Yellow Jack beat the hell out of her.
Really a comic, Apex?
Yeah. No, it's not. He's being funny.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
Yeah, there's some pretty weird.
I would be totally shocked.
There's some pretty obscure and weird things. Now, one thing I am going to do that I just happened to notice here. This is Wild Dog from Marvel Comics, and I'm going to do hero sheets like this that are three punch, hole punch to put in a binder.
That what? I don't get it.
Okay, it's like a character sheet on the back is all about the character,
I gotcha. Now it's a
and
character sheet.
yeah, and so I thought it would be cool to do like where you can put it in a binder of the character with the facts on the back, and then or whatever on the front too, and then they could put the trading cards here in the binder. So you have the character here,
I
and then their
gotcha.
trading cards here, and
Yeah, Apex, I
yeah.
think that Iridescent Cuckoo would be a great name for an actual a villain,
Well, it
a
would.
villain character.
It's kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It kind of grabs your ear, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, Mad Dog is DC. Yes, and there was a Mad Dog with a purple. Yeah, you're right. Was from Marvel. Yeah, in the early '90s. Yep, I
So
have that.
nobody's ever done an iridescent costume. Is what you're telling me.
I wouldn't say that, but it's not that common. And I think it's probably because of the coloring, that the
It's
printing
kind of
process.
yeah, it's kind of true. I mean, there's
Yeah.
all kinds too. There's like iridescent red insects that are like that.
Well, you
They
know
look
the
like
famous
metallic
story of
red.
Incredible Hulk #1, right? In the first issue, he was gray.
Yeah,
Now, why was he gray? Can you tell me?
coloring issues.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the story that the printer couldn't quite balance the grays and get it right. But that's wrong. The real story is in 1962, Glenn Strange's Frankenstein, which was green, was a very, very popular best-selling Aurora kit. Frankenstein Aurora
Oh yeah,
kit. And so they said, Stan, can you create a character like this? And it kind of based, the Hulk on Frankenstein. You can see that in the first issue for sure. And he only turned to Frankenstein when the moon was up at night, remember? Kind of like a
yeah.
werewolf or a Dracula. Now that's changed with Steve Ditko in Astonishing Tales number 60. And then that's when Steve Ditko came up with the idea he changes in the Hulk when he gets angry.
I gotcha.
The very first time he gets angry. Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Iridescent cuckoo, wasp, enemy of the creep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got those colors. I mean, you're absolutely right. The trick is,
And that's a warning to other animals, bright colors like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, it just makes it look like it's metal.
Yeah.
Know?
It does look like it's made out of metal. Yeah.
Yep. Those are like just some amazing insects there.
Oh, they are. Yeah. Glenn Strange, of course. Yeah. He played the bartender, Kitty's bartender on Gunsmoke for a long time. And played Frankenstein 3 times. One was with Abbott and Costello, of course.
Say, Rex,
Uh,
if you don't mind, I'm going to take a stab at doing a Devil Flyer pinup.
Okay.
Just a one page,
Do you need me to send you some reference?
Yes, that would be fantastic if you could.
Yeah.
That'd be
great.
You
got to go something to go by. Apex
I'm gonna
Comics.
do it like with a 40s Chicago background.
Okay.
Just for the hell of it, just to do it.
Yeah.
As you're
Well, I plan on having a fan art section or something. I've got Fanta.
Good idea.
She's going to do a fan art card for me. Now she kind of had eye problems recently because really she's legally blind, can't drive and whatnot, and she kind of had eye problems and she had that trip that she took over to the UK and Scotland, and now she's back. But she's going to do a fan art card for me, and I plan on keeping doing that in subsequent campaigns. Have a fan art card and maybe pinups and whatnot, even with people like Fanta that just kind of draw on the side and don't really consider themselves an artist,
Yeah.
But Yeah, because I kind of like to see that stuff and just say thank you, whether they back the book or not. Just take people from the community and say, hey, would you do me a fan art piece that I can?
Yeah.
And most people like that. So yeah,
Well,
I'd be
I think
you make
Devil
it look
Flyer.
good, I'll publish it. You bet.
Yeah, I think Devil Flyer is it's one of those characters where you would start getting fan art
Yeah.
on it. Because it's really when you look at it, it's something. It's like, yeah, that's cool. You know, and
Yeah.
people want to
Now
draw it.
Apex Comics is going to be doing part of the Silver Sea Demon story. I don't know exactly if I can fit it in on Devil Flyer #1. It may have to become part of Devil. Well, actually, I'm thinking about Apex putting your pages of Sea Demon that you will be doing for me into Silver Boa, because he is sent back. Spoiler, he's sent back to the late 30s.
Aha!
That's where the portal dumps him off. And that's
Right.
the only time I'll say this. But so if you're not here to see it, you don't know. Yeah. He gets dumped off somewhere else too, and that's what the cliffhanger where you see him wash up. Figure it out. Now I've created a new character. Now this is a spoiler. Well, I mean it's first mention of it. Created a new character yesterday. You're gonna love him. Now, have I drawn him out? No. Have I said, okay, he's got this, that, and that dialogue and drew a few things out? Yes. I've got him, still kind of
Yes.
coming up with the cool stuff he can do. Um, but he goes by TM.
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 Okay.
And I'm not going to tell anybody about this character. I've told one person.
Yeah, I would keep it
My
under
friend in
wraps.
Tennessee. I'm going to keep him under wraps.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to keep him totally under wraps, even what TM means. So figure it out. Rex the Man Lee. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to wrap this up in about 3 minutes. Any final thoughts, Mike? We could keep going, but and certainly I'm excited to talk about Devil Flyer and all these other things.
Yeah.
I can't wait for people to get their hands in get their books and
I know.
and me to get my books and to get my character pages and I'm kind of like Uncle E. I'm
Yeah.
producing this stuff for me. I want to see it in print.
Well,
I want to be
so
excited about comics again. And I think if we're going to get excited about comics again, we need more creators like myself. A lot of people say, well, he doesn't draw. Yes, I do. Do I draw a lot? No, not recently.
yeah.
I find I'm a better writer than I am an artist, but I do draw and I do try at it. So, and I've done a few good things. So,
And so
say,
what do you think it
okay.
basically is the ETA on the ash can at this point? Like when you're ready to ship it, I guess.
Well, I haven't got all the artwork in for the supplement yet.
Right.
I'm getting one piece that's going to be in the Devil Flyer black and white ash can scan now. I took that's Doc Blaylock's Nubian that he did for me, trading card. I'm getting the other Bog trading card scanned, and I'm getting all the Grave Tail stuff. So everything Doc got to me is being scanned right now. I took it down there the other day. And they're the ones going to be printing the book too.
Oh, okay.
But I'm having them do that. But the Nubian piece definitely needed to be scanned, so because it's going to be in the book, and then a drawing done by me, which I think they've already got that scanned. Had that one scanned. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure they did. And that'll be a face, a Bog that I did years
Okay.
ago. And then, because I wanted some of my own artwork in my first, even if it was one piece in my comic.
Yeah.
Then I have the supplement and Vic's finishing up on those pieces. And I'm still wondering about the cover. Because all the interior artwork is Vic King artwork. It will feature your first look at Silver Boa, which is I have a modern day Silver Boa fighting. I have a retro Silver Boa fighting, and I have two other pieces of of the one. I've got two retro and two modern, and
Gotcha.
out of those two are like pinups, and two are like fight scenes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be like a pinup book. You're going to get the first appearance of like a dozen characters, if not
Wow.
more.
Wow.
So if
Okay.
people don't pick this up, and I know a lot of people won't pay it much attention and whatnot, they're going to miss out on a great book, because this book's going to be valuable one day. It's going to be very
For
limited
that, folks, look, you got to go over.
collectability. And you're talking to a collector, I know. And it may be so obscure it's worth nothing, because even though it's all about demand, though, really. But I mean, if people don't know it's out there, it don't go up in value.
Oops.
Now, if they are aware
Right.
of it,
That didn't work. Hold on.
To answer your question, though, I ask her hypothetically, if I had all the art done today that you could get and get scanned in, whatever, how long would it take you to print? She said 2 weeks. I said, no, actually, I suggested 2 weeks. And she said, that's probably about right, because they're real busy right now. So I'm thinking about, if I can get the artwork in a month, hopefully, that I can start sending it out to people. And it's a small campaign, so I should be able to send out 30 something, nearly 40 packages very easily. Very quickly. Yeah.
Right.
So about a month, hopefully. Because some of the artwork's still being produced for the supplement.
Yeah. Now you should. You know what you should do?
Because you're getting 2
obviously,
books.
You're probably
And
ahead
I've got
of
to
me
get the
on
trading
this.
cards printed up too.
Yeah, but are you gonna like, for instance, do a, because it seems like these guys at
Thank you, Mike, for dropping the link.
yeah, God, that's the name of the game here. Gotta do that, man.
Create the demand. Excellent.
Hold on one second. I was just looking at. Oh, there it is, right there. Yeah, like there's a few of these different places, but like shit.
You're coming to get your money.
Comicsgate.org.
Oh, yeah.
You know that website?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
when it's when
I'm not hooked up to that, but I need to be.
You got it. You got to get that.
Yeah, I got to get my information. I've been real slack on this. By putting the whole main thing together, haven't given it the Sash Cam, which kind of promo campaign. See if I could get it and kind of go through the ropes, and then when I do put up the main campaign, it won't say it's my first campaign, and at least I'll have count as 2. So that I think that will help, and plus I'm going to have Critical Blast for Fill It. I think, I'm not going to deal with any of the fulfilling on the big campaign. So I think that will instill people with confidence. And he's got a better network when it comes to international. And he can probably, he's got a better network in the UK and Australia. So I said, I'll just let him fulfill it. I don't care if I do 3,000 or if I do 30,000, which I'm not expecting to do near that. But
right. So, comicsgate.org.
Yeah.
It's really great because everything that is happening in Comicsgate, they put out, for instance, like Vic's videos on YouTube.
Yep.
They list them every day.
Yeah.
Like every one of the
things. They're totally recycling, doing, bringing it new. Yeah.
Right. They can list your videos too.
I think I needed some information. I just never kind of completed it. That's one thing I'm going to have to do here pretty soon. That's something I'm going to have to do rectify here pretty soon.
Right.
Definitely when I get my mail up for the main book
Yeah.
here pretty soon. Because I
Well,
want that mail up to be
more,
up.
you know, it's good free press.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It was Ibex Comics, I think. I and Apex Comics had an interview on his show, and at the time I had about 80, well, maybe like 105 subscribers,
Yeah.
and he had like 80 something. He had 6 videos up. I had 60. It was all about networking.
Right.
It really
Well,
was.
I mean, there is a networking aspect to it, but some of these legacy sites, and when I say legacy sites,
Yeah.
just normal websites like
Yeah.
comicsgate.org,
Uh-huh.
and there's a few of those now. There's a few Comicsgate oriented sites that seem to be very receptive to any CG comic efforts. I think
Mhm.
Apex would agree with that. They're, they tend to publish. They'll just be like, "Yes, we're publishing if you want them to publish when you have live videos or your projects, Indiegogo campaigns, they'll do it." You know.
Yeah, that's a great resource. It really is about. I mean,
It is.
I've even heard Uncle E when he was talking about a wrecked planet and maybe his blood honey campaign. I don't know. There's a way you can go look at the analytics, and people that have shared out your links here and
Yes.
there and whatnot, they're responsible for a lot of your business.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
in fact, on like a channel like this or any channel, them sharing out links is key. I mean, they help grow your channel, people like that, but
That
very
is
few people devote themselves to that unless they just really like. I know Lorenzo always has, Lorenzo
Yeah.
Sleestack and
Yep.
Apex too, and there's others that have done it, but yeah, you have, that's key. Definitely check out Apex After Dark. It'll be I and Apex. I co-host with him on that
Tonight.
show. We'll have Bale War Vic King on tonight. That'll be at midnight tonight.
Yeah.
That is Central
Knows,
Time.
man.
So Western Time for you, Mike, it would be 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock,
A little
1
bit
a.m.
late, but yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I may be barely awake. I'm not sure. That's usually when I am rendered unconscious.
well, I totally, I'm still working. I'm still driving during most of the week at that time. So I'm a night owl. How can you be a horror fan and not love the night and be up?
Okay, well, 1
during
a.m. is kind of night owlish. Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would say. I mean,
Caw.
So what is that? What you do? Are you do you drive? Is that your
Oh yeah,
job?
I drive one of those spray trucks for mosquitoes.
Oh, I
And
got
I know
you.
Florida, the cities that actually employ those trucks with the disease control, because does fall under the, if you mess with any of the chemical or my truck or me or anything, pretty much they'll get the FBI and the EPA on it,
Right.
because it's falls under that auspice of disease control.
Sure.
Because more people die from mosquitoes than anything else in the world. Over 2 million a year, every year.
Yeah.
Because they carry disease, malaria, ZZ, West Niles, all types of bad stuff you don't want.
They
Give
do.
your dogs heartworms,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Rex the mosquito killer. Yes. Definitely. Yeah, it doesn't take but 1 or 2 in your house to make your life miserable.
No, it's true. Yeah, I mean, in Mississippi, on the Gulf Coast, along the Gulf Coast, and in Alabama, we have these termite swarms
Oh
that happen
yeah.
every
Woo.
year.
Are those the ones that make the big mounds as well?
Well, they can make big mounds, yes, but they swarm for about 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, bad to the point where you got to turn off your lights at night.
It was
And you
almost like last year's cicada run. where they had so many cicadas come out
Oh,
by the
cicadas. Yeah,
by like the millions or billions, you know?
that's true. The
Yeah.
problem with termites, though, Rex, is that
Yeah.
when they attach to your house, they
Yeah.
start eating your
They
house.
don't want to
You
let
see,
go, right?
well, they eat it. Yeah,
Yeah,
so you
actually the
don't want
house
them.
that I grew up in and was in from like age 1 to 10,
Yeah,
we had my brother had an employee that lived in that house, and he didn't take care of it, and he didn't mention anything that was wrong with it or whatever. When he just up and left after about 30 years, which was a shock to us, and we went out to that house, termite ridden,
yeah,
and he was going to inherit that house when my mother passed away, and yet he just up and left, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah. Because
not
termite, it's
but
bad news.
still he would have inherited the land and everything, you
Yeah,
know. So I don't
but
know. I
you just
guess it
got to
wasn't.
keep on
There's a
top of it.
mosquito now, sucker. Come here. Let him get a little closer. It's a her. Mosquitoes are. Anyway, I'll get it. I'll get it later. But yeah, thanks for coming on. Attack of the Killer Cicadas. Now there's a story. Yep, mountains are terrible, carries a disease. Yep, Rex, the mosquito killer. Fantastic. Yeah. A lot of people that were like, you don't like chemicals and things like that. I understand. Let's protect our environment. I think, we do dilute it down. If we did it full concentrate, it would be hazardous to humans.
Oh,
Um,
sure.
I've had, a dozen wasps up in Eve, and I backed my truck up and I got killed them. I mean,
Yeah,
it will drive the cicadas out of my tree early, and it may not kill them immediately since they're, like a big, excuse me, a big bug like a cicada. That's a keeper. Bring it up again. We'll vote on it. It's a big bug like a locust, so it doesn't die immediately, but I mean, just the same way as it kills the mosquito, it kills the cicada or any other, or the wasp. It works on their neuro system,
yeah.
their,
It's
and
a
well, they can't, they, they might be attached to my tree. I'll open that door and the cicada will go and hit me in the chest. I've had more than one do that after I spray, and and they can't fly straight, and their wings aren't as developed because they came out too early.
right.
Cicadas keep secluded for 13 years under the bark. Well, I spray around here and it brings them out, ahead of time. So, and kills them eventually. But yeah, pretty potent stuff. But there's some more potent stuff out there that they can use. Definitely. If
Sure.
it's I've never in 10 years of doing it, I've never had we have the city contracts. So we do let's see, we do Pocahontas, its claim to fame is, Hall and Oates, the musical group.
Yeah.
Oates's parents lived there.
No.
And then you have Brooklyn, not New York, Arkansas. And then you have Jonesboro, where I'm at, and you have Pocahontas and Walnut Ridge, and where I go win, and we're doing Truman. So I guess we're doing 7 contracts now. We used to do Corning a couple of years ago, but I only did that for like 2 years. So we do 7 different cities or
Yeah.
towns, or whatever you want to call them. They're various sizes.
Right.
And even in 10 years, I haven't sprayed everything everywhere. I mean, maybe in one zone, but like I went up to Walnut Ridge, it drove me crazy the other day, a week or so ago, because he went off and left me. And I'm like, I don't even know where to meet up. I know where I'm supposed to meet up, but not where it is, because it's been years since I've been up there.
Yeah.
You spray a place 1 or 2 times. That doesn't mean you know the lay of the land. Now, if I go to win that I go to nearly every night of the season for multiple seasons, I can do that one frontward, backwards, and upside down.
Yeah.
I don't need a map. I can do it in this order, that order, whatever. In fact, I'm always trying to think of a better way to do it that's easier on me and faster. And
Sure.
but the way I was trained is pretty much how I do it. And I have been a couple modifications that I've made in it to make it, a little bit more efficient. But other than that, I can't think of any better way to do it. The thing about up in Walnut Ridge the other night, you had curved streets, and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like really wild. You'd have a grid pattern and then you'd have a curved street in that. It was, it makes it really, and then when your GPS starts going, like Pac-Man, you don't know, you can't go by that. So if you're unfamiliar with it, and some of these run for a long time in town, I don't know. It's the headache.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And when I started, we didn't have GPS where it showed you the snail trail where you'd been, which really makes it convenient because if you're like in this area and then you maybe come around another way and get that connects with it, you can know where you've been. And when it's all like spaghetti, that's key,
Yeah.
because you can't remember all that no matter how good you are. Unless you mark it on a map physically or have one of those GPSs things,
Yeah, I used to have a Thomas Brothers guide. Remember those, Rex? The Thomas Brothers guide? There were books that were maps, all detailed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was living in Southern California, so you'd have like Orange County, huge freaking thing. And you just go, because I was a courier for a while. They have to drive to various locations and stuff,
Yeah. What are you drinking there, Mike?
Well, it's water. It's water
Okay.
and a Barks root beer.
Okay. Yeah. Repurpose. I do that all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
And we're back, Captain Infinity says. And on that, I will say keep collecting and bye.